to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you're chasing. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Welcome to the climb up. Reach for the summit. Visions break, the one falls, steadily the end. So higher and higher you're chasing. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it?
Welcome, ladies and gents, to our winter 2020 playoffs. We are just about to get things kicked off. Oh, I think we have gotten things kicked off because they're pick and ban already. But welcome here. It's your boy Wedgelgurf, and tonight I am joined by a very special caster. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
What's up, guys? It's Bo5, captain of the first place Lions. Gonna provide you some very detailed and deep insight in this series here.
All right. Well, I think the players were feeling already a little antsy. So they have started up this pick and ban. We see some pretty big picks already here for the Outlaws. I do hope you can see that too, my friend.
Yes, I can.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
We have Spartans sticking to how they've tried to draft pretty much all season. They like their heavy engage. It looks like they've got 3 heavy engage champions. Outlaws coming in with Caitlyn, try to get some bot lane priority there, and then 2 engaged champions themselves. But we'll see how the rest of the draft plays out.
see who can engage better off of these fights. Because yeah, Nautilus, Hecarim, that's a lot of chase right there. But we're driving right on the other side. That's Also a lot of chase right there.
Indeed. So what's your prediction for this series, Wedgel?
You know what? Let's give it a couple more pick and bans and we'll see. But
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
it's weird because Outlaws were kind of at bottom of the pack there early on, and then they
Yeah.
had a huge burst, and then at the end there they kind of fizzled out a little bit. But
Exactly. Yeah. I know this series is third place versus sixth, but I really do feel like this is actually, in terms of power rankings, a third versus fourth place match. So this will be. I feel like these two teams are very close in terms of skill level, so it'll definitely be an interesting series.
yeah, and you know what? I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I feel like this one's gonna be a 5-game.
Sorry, what'd you say?
This might just be one of those 5-game series. We might.
Yeah, we'll have
end
to
up seeing
see.
it.
Got the Malzahar on the Outlaws coming in for the mid lane.
That's gonna be pretty damn good if you're trying to avoid being hopped on.
Mhm. You know, I must say I'm a little disappointed seeing Edon on the Jarvan here. He's had a lot of success in the Diana, and he usually is a reason for a lot of their wins. So Jarvan is a good early game jungler for sure to help get the team rolling. However, I wish they put up on something that could carry a little bit harder in the late game.
Yeah, not too sure how this Jarvan's gonna run because you see the amount of damage that they are eventually gonna scale with.
Mhm.
But
Very tanky lineup
Tough.
from both teams actually.
Yeah.
I guess that's a Rumble mid lane. I know that Young Pope doesn't play Rumble, so I assumed it was Rumble in the mid lane, but now I guess we know for sure. Looking at the Spartans comp, they do definitely lack a little bit of damage. The Ashe is not the highest damage ADC. The Rumble is great damage, but there's not a ton of damage from the rest of the lineup. Hopefully we do see at least a bruiser Jarvan. Full tank Jarvan would not be very good in this instance.
Yeah, because speaking of tanks, look who just showed up on the side of the Outlaws. That's going to be Mundo locked in for them, and
Two
That's-
very tanky lineups.
that's really, really tanky. So,
Mhm.
honestly, I think it's going to be a 5-game series. It's going to be tight. But I think I want to give this first game to the Outlaws, just based on the
Yeah,
amount of-
I am liking the. I don't believe that Ivan has played a game of Rumble this split, so we'll have to see how that works out. But in the draft, I do have to give it to the Outlaws. In this one, it just seems like they have a bit more reliable engage. The Hecarim is pretty easy to miss any of your engage abilities, where they have the Rakan and the Ashe. The Ashe skill shot, of course, can't be missed. Hopefully not, but they do have the Maokai. I do have to give this one to the Outlaws slightly, and I do believe that they will scale a little bit better as well in this game.
Well, we've seen our... Oh, whoopsie. Hold on.
But it's kind of like they drafted the same team comp with different champions.
Yeah, lots of
Almost.
tank, lots of engage, but
Yeah.
you know, I think I'm gonna give this one to the Outlaws, and maybe we'll just see if they come
I'm
out
gonna
on
have to
top
agree
after
with that
this
one, yeah.
series. But for now, we are gonna go ahead and hop on over and take a quick little break while these players get loaded into the game. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that heart button there. Give us a little follow to keep up with all this action. But while we're gone, I want to hear from you guys. I'm gonna start a poll here. Who do you think is gonna take game one? You've heard from your casters, and you see the pick and bans up there, so I want you guys to decide, and let's see who's going to take game number 1 of this best of 5 right after we get back. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to hop right onto the Rift once these players are ready to go.
I'm with the crew, we doing moves. I can have you, I'm with the crew. Dangerous moves, dangerous grooves. Hurt too much, it follows you. This split fit got me moving different. Switching lanes, new positions. Doing new things in some new ways. It'll be quick, I'll get my 2 cents. She says she mess with Calvin Klein. She wearing Gucci, that's high. She saw my Louis, say that's nice. I shook her off at thoughts at night. We ain't get shook, I staying straight. The bags don't motivate, no pain. She grandma dripping my designer. I told her never touch designers. Always feeling under pressure when I'm around you. Big money moves, you say it don't concern you. You don't understand how hard that beat my mind. Pressure feeling fine when I'm underneath you. Always feeling under pressure when I'm around you. Big money moves, you say it don't concern you. You don't understand how hard that beat my mind. Pressure feel fine when I'm underneath. Money later go past over to movie. Probably slept on doors and on some new heat. Keep been coming with some bangers, no one see. He will take the game in 2020. Party later go past 12. Pressure rush, we show us up. Red lights all over, stopping them deals. The bag ain't gonna get itself. Always feeling under pressure when I'm around you. Big money moves, you say it don't concern you. You don't understand how hard that beat my mind. Pressure feeling fine when I'm underneath you. Always feeling under pressure when I'm around you. Big money moves, you say it don't concern you. You don't understand how hard that beat my mind. Pressure feel fine when I'm underneath.
Young Star.
Miss, it's a miss. I might go ahead and digress, yeah. I digress, shooting threes up at on net, yeah. It be nonsense, I can't help it, I'm the best, yeah. I'm the best, yeah, run it back, yeah. Freaking something Versace, and these little girls above me. That's why she can't stop coming. Every time I leave the country, someone please come and pay me. I got too many homies. Some finna get big drop, or some finna get cocky. I can't stand up straight, keeps me kicked from under me. We be up too late, stupid asking up for me. I've been screaming loud, can't hear nothing said to me. All these brand new sounds, I can't help but feel it. I can't hear headphones in, that means no fear. I can't help it, see your face, I shed a tear. 2020 vision always been so clear. I can see her tunnel vision been so clear, yeah. Repeat one line, I'ma hit it twice, yeah. See that one verse, I'ma hit it twice, yeah. Don't talk to me if we talking price, yeah. I might check it on later sometime. I feel like I can go up and fly, yeah. Captions making people ain't go try, yeah. Making captions way before there's action, yeah. All these bills I've gone ahead and stacked up. Miss, it's a miss. I might go ahead and digress, yeah. Might digress, shooting threes up at on net, yeah. It be nonsense, I can't help it, I'm the best, yeah. I'm the best, yeah, run it back, yeah.
Young Star.
If we come through, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got yourself trapped in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we come through, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gon' lose. Got yourself trapped in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. Yeah, you don't like me, she just like Fendi. 200 pounds, that's too much in pennies. She don't like me, she just like spending. Mostly for her, for me it be rarely. Ain't need no girl, only the homies. Bank account statements be looking unholy. Ain't need no girl, play a rolling. I bring the time, make me be stalling. She don't like when I'm gone, only when I'm home. Yeah. Music flows up the dome when I'm home alone. All these pills got me faded, I can't see straight. I be in a new dimension where we all sit. got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gonna lose. Got yourself trapped in the news. Stop bringing all of the booze. If we gon' do, we got juice. Ain't no cap, we ain't gonna lose. Got yourself trapped in the news.
Alrighty, guys, it is time to go. Game number 1 about to start right now. So let's see it happen live. I'm pumped for this. Vapus, what do you
Same
think?
here. I'm thinking it's gonna be a bloody game. Looking at the team comps, it seems like they want to fight a lot with those champions. So I guess we'll see how it turns out. I am surprised to not see Base God on a split pusher. That's what has worked for them when he joined their lineup late in the season. So I am surprised to see him more on a frontline team-oriented champion. But we'll have to see how that works out for them.
Yeah, usually see him on like more of the assassin type champions, but you know,
Yeah,
switching
he
it
played Camille in one of our games.
up. How was
I mean,
that?
I mean, your boy carried, but you know.
He can be pretty scary, to be honest. Of those names that kind of stand out, he is one who has been known to win a few 1v1s here and there. Nah, chat, there's a reason why we gotta keep chat off. There's a reason so we don't get banned from Twitch. Because I don't care what the players say to each other, as long as it doesn't show up on the stream. Then we're good to go. Alright,
Awesome. So it looks like both teams are as 5 heading to the bot side. Are we gonna see a level 1 5v5?
Oh, is it a
start off this
Fiesta?
series?
It's gonna be Fiesta. Yep, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, they're on top of each other, and here's now listen with the hook, but all the damage is down onto him. Rommel picks up the first blood, but they're not done yet. Vertoga comes in with another one. Outlaws dropping like flies, but they managed to take the tree down. Are they quite done yet? Oh, that Q coming down to Vertoga. But I
Just wow.
I have no words.
Hardcore still looking for more here.
We have multiple sums burn. Malzahar comes in with a nice Q there to pick him off, and now it's the Spartans that are caught underneath their turret. Damage still being traded. Turret shots being traded. We are only a minute and a half into this game, and it's 2-2.
Wow.
I
what
knew-
a start.
I didn't even have a chance to put the poll up for who do you think is going to take first blood, because it happens
Because it
so
already
suddenly.
happened. Interesting start there. So both mid laners get a kill here, and then the Caitlyn is going to get a kill as well. So I actually do give that advantage to the Outlaws there, because not only do they have a kill on their mid laner, also on their AD carry too. And on the Spartans there, one kill actually went onto the support. So it looks like the gold from those first 2 kills has been allocated better to the Outlaws.
Yeah, Caitlyn's going to definitely be able to get a nice back for herself soon. And, buy yourself something nice. Come back to the lane with a BF sword at 5-6 minutes. Pretty damn strong.
Mono taking a lot of damage so far. He does have to get through this early game. The Maokai will definitely outtrade him, as you can see up in the top lane.
Yeah, Base God taking quite a bit of damage there, and doesn't have the super healing yet. But Hecarim is up here. He's in for a gank, and he's on to the tree. Young Pope is going to be forced to flash away from that. Oh, it's coming down. One more auto might do it. But no, Mundo won't be able to find it. And here's Jarvan now with double buffs on Hecarim. He's looking for it. Hecarim with no mana to respond. Should be able to just take this one, and Mundo is going to fall as well too. Double kill going over there for Edon.
And that is huge for the Outlaws. Now, that was it could have been a little bit risky, but since the Hecarim opted for the Ignite and not the Flash, he could clean up the kill pretty easily, as he'd already blown his E on his gank against the Maokai.
I don't think we're done yet, because Jarvan is back up top again, picking this Mundo. Oh, just barely getting out of that alive with less than 50 health, but right off the TP, he has jumped on immediately.
And already 1,000 gold lead for the Spartans, 3.5 minutes in. Not a huge deal because about you could say about 300 of that lead is on the Rakan, as he did unfortunately pick up one of those kills in that level 1 5v5. But yeah, it looks like early CS lead for the mid and ADC on the Outlaws here, and top lane has a small lead as well.
Yeah, Caitlyn probably... Well, I mean, she went back and got herself a second Doran, so won't get that early BF, but having that extra damage in the lane is going to be a lot. Hecarim is down here looking for the gank, and here we go. Rakan going to try and dash on to the Ashe and gets that second dash there back to safety. So, unfortunately, a failed gank there for the Outlaws, but Dragon is up in 30 seconds. Let's see what these teams want to do around this bot side of the map.
It's going to be very difficult for this Hecarim to gank bot lane. It's always
We're going in again because that's a Spartan started up. Darwin's made his way down. Harshcloth is going to get picked off with this support, and that'll be 2 kills going on over to the Spartans here.
Really great rotation there from Ivan. I'm quite surprised that that Malzahar isn't able to shove that lane in and have the lane priority. With the E that's just kind of always up, you would think that he would have the priority. I'm not sure what happened there, but
I guess maybe some stuff was on cooldown. He does only have double Doran, so those waves don't melt quite as fast as you expect them to.
Not quite as fast, yes. The Rumble might actually have the push advantage early because he can just spam Q with almost no penalty.
You know, I just played against the Maokai, and these saplings are truly something.
Oh, they hurt if you walk up to him in a bush.
Jarvan did make his way up top, but with the Mundo backing off, he's just going to go ahead and farm up a little bit for himself there. The Hecarim has been farming quite well this game. But
Yes,
he
he has.
might come to look and farm a kill here. Ivan Swag a little bit too pushed forward, and the flash comes out of Rumble, getting out of that Hecarim. That was actually really well timed because he was most likely dead there if he got caught by that.
Indeed. Level 6 on the Malzahar, so that happens again. Ivan will likely be dead as he does not have the flash anymore either. And you can really see how much the Spartans really rely on Edon pressuring the lanes, as he's been involved in every single kill so far.
Yeah, back again here in the mid lane, covering for that Rumble. So taking a bit of damage. And even
Rumble
more little
does.
friends. Taking a lot of damage there.
Rumble did miss a lot of CS there, as he was overextended and had to was forced to back.
Let's take a look top though, because that looks like Hecarim is wanting to go in on the Maokai. And here he comes, dashing in. That's going to be Dr. Mundo hitting some extra slow there, but Young Pope popping out the Maokai ult. I don't think it's going to be enough. Base God Karama is going to pick up that kill. And
yeah, without the flash there, Maokai definitely got punished for being that overextended. He does need to be a little bit more careful, or Hecarim might make his way, take a couple more trips up to the top lane there.
yeah, and with that, I mean, Jarvan started Dragon, but I think his greed is getting the better of him right now. He's looking for this Malzahar. And let's see if he can actually get him. Oh, he might. He just might step in between the range of those 2 turrets there, but I mean, he could have just gotten Drake, but instead, I think he's going to run into Hecarim right now. And with the Sheen on the horse, here he comes. The Hecarim ult is in, and Jarvan caught out on the Wolves. A whole level below. Should just be a kill. Jungler takes out his enemy jungler. And Hecarim still on the chase here. Trying to force this Rumble on out. I don't know
Definitely
how much
very
he's gonna
greedy
chase
from
this.
Edon there.
Is he going to keep
He's
chasing
still
this?
going.
Chilling Smite is
Wow.
there. He is still going on Ivan's way, but a little bit of magic resist barrier is going to be popped there for him. And it's top lane where Maokai gets the aftershock, gets the sapling, and I think Base God has been forced to pop his ult, so he stays alive for a little bit longer. But running the risk, getting really,
Very
really low
scrappy
there.
game so far, just as we predicted. It does look like a Bammy Cinder on this Jarvan. I'm a
Ooh.
little disappointed. That just means that the Outlaws, if they are able to stall out the game, they will definitely have the scaling advantage in this one.
Yeah, but they have 2 Bambi Cinders. Maokai has one too up top. I mean, you get those two into your team. That's a reasonable amount of damage coming out passively. But Dragon started up right away by the Spartans. They have been spotted out by the Scuttles, so we'll see if there's a rotation here to try stop it.
Looks like they're just gonna give this one up.
Yeah, Hecarim up
they
at
should.
his red buff, so no one to really respond to that, is there? Whoops. Thank you, chat. I had it backwards.
I was just gonna say that actually.
While I was showing before, I left them backwards, so thank you, chat. No. Chat, you got it. That's a scuff stream right here. Only the best quality here at LAS. Thank you again, guys, for joining us here. Thank you for all the follows and tuning in and those subs too. Gotten some subs last week, which is pretty sick. But what's more sick is how tanky this Maokai is as he's going in on a Mundo, gets caught up by the Maokai ult, and the trades are still there, but it's a wet noodle fight until the Jarvan comes in, and Edon coming in to clean that up, but it's Maokai who finishes with that last little tick of damage here. So another kill here going over to the Spartans.
Definitely spending a lot of time around the top side for this Jarvan. Quite a massive CS lead for the Outlaws in both their carry positions. That could end up snowballing into quite an advantage. They are actually ahead in gold now. They were down by 1,000. Now they are actually up 400, and that's just purely based on the CS advantage that their two carry roles have been able to, in the jungle as well, have been able to accumulate so far.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of CSing, but with this Herald being picked off here, getting that first tower might open this game up a lot more for the Spartans. So I don't know how long the Outlaws are going to be able to hold on to this lead if those towers start dropping.
Yeah, that'll definitely swing the gold advantage back in their favor if that Herald gets put to good use.
Yeah, so let's see where they're going to drop it. There's no Dragon for another 3 minutes, and there's no Herald. So right now, if the CS game is what the Outlaws want to do, they're definitely in a good spot right now, because Spartans are going to be forced to push something. All the waves are essentially pushed in favor of the Outlaws.
The Outlaws do need to figure out a way to slow this game down so that they can scale like they want to. On that Malzahar.
We're having a fight right now. Junglers are going back at it again, but Hecarim with the ultimate. That's flag and drag out for the Jarvan. Here comes Rumble now with the equalizer there. The Ashe ulti on the Malzahar to stop this, and here comes Rakan too with the knock-up and the charm. They're going to knock him down. Rumble does end up falling to the Malzahar damage, but ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of the Spartans.
Good fight there for Spartans. It looked like it wasn't going too well for them at the start, but great Ashe ulti from downtown from Discyclone to really turn that one around.
That was a really nice Ashe ult just come out of nowhere, and
It really
now
was, yeah.
now this is where they're going to be able to open up that map.
We're gonna get that Herald. Now, what I am a little bit concerned about is all of this gold being allocated onto the Jarvan. He did just get all of the plating there, and it is a full tank Jarvan. I wish I would have seen a warrior, just because I do feel like they will lack damage when it comes to those late game team fights if the game goes long enough. So the Outlaws need to stall out this game.
We're back at it. The double chilling smite is there again, but Hecarim doing so much damage there, sitting with 69 farm, nice. But he's got the item advantage, and you see the damage there. But Maokai with the ulti, the flag and drag comes over for Jarvan. He gets over the wall, back to his top outer turret. So he gets away to safety along with Maokai. Nice of him to bail him out there. Oh, they're not done though. Oh, they're so not done. Here comes the horse one more time. And with that, that'll be Jarvan falling. Maokai's most likely gonna... Oh, he might just make it out here. But it's Rumble on the chase with the help of Rakan here in this top lane, as Malzahar is gonna get dropped from the Outlaws. And now it's the Spartans turning stuff around. A big equalizer on the base god Karema, and the knockup from Rakan. That's going to close a double kill there for Rumble. Oh, we're not done. There goes Hecarim coming in for Young Pope. And now it's D Blake versus Ivan there, and Rumble does a reasonable amount of damage there. He's just going to keep dunking
Doesn't
him.
end, does it?
It just doesn't. It really doesn't. So
The
Hecarim...
Rumble actually looks very good this game.
Oh, he might be able to get out. Oh. With
The
the
cheeky
little
sidestep to live just barely.
that fancy footwork out of D Blake just barely saves his life. But first turret, even with the Herald going mid for the Spartans, the Outlaws are going to pick up that bot outer turret and a little bit of extra gold for themselves.
Indeed, you do notice that the Spartans, they are winning these fights. However, the Outlaws do still have the gold lead, much to that first tower and the CS lead they've been able to accumulate. Caitlyn's now done her first item. This Caitlyn is very fed compared to the Ashe, but a 40 CS lead. Does have the bounty on her, and Hecarim just finished Triforce as well. So that'll be a nice spike for the Outlaws. Maybe some of these fights will start to turn around for them.
Now we see the TP coming in through bot as Malachi is going to come down here. And I believe we might see a fight around this drag. So let's see what these teams want to do. Hecarim still up by as well. So again, I think they're just giving this one until they scale up and potentially are able to fight them 5v5.
Yeah, not a bad decision from the Outlaws.
Nice little flash there from Ezio. But it's the Outlaws trying to get out, and Caitlyn dealing with a rumble right now, not looking to do great. But again, the Outlaws are still pushing turrets. The TP is coming through from Malzahar. Let's see what they're able to do with this fight. The equalizer is down, and Caitlyn is getting chased down, trying to make it out alive. But Malzahar is there to ult the rumble in the backside. Ezio is dealing with this Rakan as well too, with the help of his jungler. Look at the members of the Spartans fall as the damage is just too much. The scaling is there with their tanks on top of that, and that will be enough. 4-1 in favor of the Outlaws, trying to pick up that 5th for the ace, but not going to find it quite yet.
Yeah, that was the fight the Outlaws needed to really propel themselves forward in this game. The gold lead is growing. They are now up just about 3,000 gold now, which is a pretty substantial lead at this point in the game.
Yeah, and Baron spawning. Oh no, not Baron, sorry. Another Herald up in a minute. And Dragon not up before. So again, let's see if these teams want to go over the Herald. But Outlaws just pushing turrets this game. The name of the game. And Caitlyn's definitely going to die for her sins here. It overstays that push a little bit too much. So that mid outer is going to be sitting with just under 100 health there.
That was some very questionable positioning, if I do say so myself. Not worth dying for, even if she gets the tower, because realistically they're going to get the tower in the next couple minutes anyways. So a shutdown going over to, was it the Jarvan who got it?
Yeah, Jarvan picked up that kill there.
Shutdown, not the worst thing in the world, but
oh, Malzahar caught out in the jungle, and Equalizer drops down, and Ivan will pick off this Malzahar. So one member down for the Outlaws right now. And looks to be a death bush getting set up here.
yeah, they are waiting around here.
Nobody knows. 3 members of the Spartans just hanging out.
I don't know if they're quite gonna find anything.
No, Hecarim's gonna back, so they're wasting a
Yeah,
decent amount
Hecarim
of
really
time
has
here.
no reason to path bot, unless they thought he might go for his Grom.
No, but with that Giga Brain death bush, they just lost their mid tower for free. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think that was quite worth it. If they had vision up on this Hecarim and knew he was coming down, maybe set
A
that
little
up.
bit of a tempo loss there.
But don't think that was worth it. It'd been
And
funny
did
if
we
it
see-
worked.
Did we see what the next Drake was? Because that will determine the soul.
Next Drake will be a mountain. So
Drake.
it'll be a mountain Drake up for this, and for a tanky team comp, that will be huge for whichever team can secure that. But Herald started up by the Outlaws, and now the Maokai ult is in. That is going to be the Nautilus who goes in a little bit deep, and the Aftershock's there. He's keeping these members of the Spartan off. Here comes Rakan on in, but that Maokai picked off immediately. The damage is a lot as Malzahar picks off Young Pope, and 2 members of... No, sorry, it's been a 1-for-1, so 2 tanks gone from this team. And it ends up being the Rift Herald secured by the Outlaws, and both teams just lose one.
Not a great fight to take there from the Spartans, considering the Rumble ulti wasn't up, but that is a lot of their damage. And that Rumble is pretty fed at this point in the game. They honestly, on that one, they should have just given it up, but 1-for-1 trade, I believe.
Yep, 1-for-1, but
So not too bad, but
it is the Outlaws who come out on top with the Herald, so they do have an opportunity to push another turret. However, it is on the Malzahar, so we'll see where he's able to kind of get that done, because he's not the most mobile champ. on his team.
No.
So Dragon up in a minute, and we'll see if these Spartans are going to force it, because they are only 2 away from getting Soul, and a Mountain Soul on them would be absolutely massive with the Maokai and Jarvan, who is building.
Absolutely.
So you were talking about, would the tank be enough? I think with the Soul, potentially. So I think that's what the Spartans win con is going to be here and what they're going to be focusing.
Yeah, that might be their only way back in this game, and I don't know if it's super game changing because the Soul, I believe it did get nerfed after its first iteration. So even on the tanks, it's only going to be 300-400 extra health. I don't know if that's huge when when the Caitlyn can free fire from the backline behind all these tanks, especially with DPS on the Malzahar. And he should itemize next. He should look for the Leandri's Torment, which will help reduce do that max health percentage damage to the tanks to shred them quite well.
But we do have Dragon started up, so let's see what these teams are willing to do. There's lots of poke back and forth, and that is Jarvan on the backside of this. Dragon down to about half health. Hecarim speeding himself up. Nautilus has found a tank. And for members of the Spartans, he is probably going to get melted down, but forced to flash away. But here we go, as the Equalizer is down onto the back line. There goes Maokai into the back as well, too. But Harshclaw still alive. Jarvan caught in his own Cataclysm, as the Maleficent Visions are doing tons of damage to the back line of the Spartans. But we still have that Dr. Mundo dealing not dealing so much. He's taking a ton of damage. So we are now down to 2v2. Maokai and Jarvan versus the Hecarim Malzahar, who's going to come out on top. Deep Lake is going to get shut down, and now it's Malzahar all by himself running away from this Maokai, and Jarvan Chilling Smite is there too. He's slowed. Funksy is going to get picked as the Maokai falls, so it ends up being a 4 for 5 in favor of the Spartans. An absolute bloodbath.
Very, very close fight, and now you can see the gold is just around 1,000 again, so we're back to square one.
Yeah, let's see.
That is going to be their 3rd Drake, though, so that will propel them closer and closer to that Mountain Soul.
Let's see if we can slow down a little bit of what the hell just happened to us, because that was a lot to deal with here. Oh. Let's take it back. Slow it down a little bit. We see these teams kind of getting set up here. And they're doing all right for themselves, but that Nautilus is taking a little bit too much poke there. And we see him
Nautilus hard engages. It doesn't really look like they're on the same page. Just you can see Hecarim running off the screen as Nautilus goes in.
Yeah.
Extremely messy fight. Great equalizer from Ivan there. Hit 3 members, and Harshclaw have actually got knocked into it, had to flash away, and then died. So he was a non-factor in the fight.
And he tried to make it out of that Cataclysm.
Oh,
but we're actually going to flip back on over the main stage, because now we got another fight going down as the teams are just crashing into each other. Big Cataclysm in the back end, as well as an Equalizer here. But who's going to come out on top? Shelly has joined this fight. Spartans looking absolutely dominating as Rakan is on this backline, but Caitlyn pumping out that poke, looking to take a couple of these members down. Ends up being a 2 for 1 in favor of the Outlaws. So it looked like the Spartans were kind of ahead on that, but turns out we don't even have time to look back. I mean, that dragon fight was pretty extended, but yeah, these two teams, and Ash Arrow comes out of the bush, lands onto one of the members of the Spartans here, and that's initially what ignited this fight here. Yes, we are. And oh, Jarvan, are you gonna do it, buddy? Is he gonna go for this Caitlyn? There he goes on top of this Caitlyn. Harshclaw trying to make it out of there, and no ulti from the Malzahar. Oh, it's gonna be close though. It's coming up soon. And now Jarvan trying to get this Malzahar as well too. Has the help of Rumble. Here they come, but here's the Hecarim. Oh, that's going to be tons of damage, but Malzahar will fall as well too. Equalizer is there to slow down the remaining members of these chasing Outlaws, and Jarvan still chasing with a triple kill now on his Cataclysm. That's going to be 4 members of the Outlaws dropping here in what seemed like a little bit of an overgreed, but turned into something fantastic for the Spartans.
Of the team's 26 kills. So we'll have to see how this one plays out. Malzahar should have that Leandri's done relatively soon, which will really help him cut through those tanks. Looks like they are turning onto the Baron here.
Yeah, we might see that started up, or it is started up.
Olga.
Rakan gonna be forced to ult to get back to safety, but that Baron is half health for the Spartans. Let's see if they're gonna be willing to go for it. If the Outlaws
Mundo might
wanna.
go in here.
He just might. Let's see if they're ready.
That is a tanky Mundo.
Caitlin's getting some poke off onto the back, and it looks
Ooh,
like
they
the
just
Spartans.
have to
Oh,
turn
they're
away.
gonna back off of this. I'm expecting a fight, and I think this Rumble might go for it too, as the Malzahar's gonna lock him down. A nice Hecarim ulti into there, shuts down the Rumble. As Caitlyn picks that final one off. Jarvan split up from his team members. He's gonna flake and Drake over the wall, but the Outlaws are still on the chase. Maokai with the ulti, trying to lock down these Outlaws, trying to get back to safety, but he's slowed one more time. Jarvan's here, blocking the Nautilus hook, but Caitlyn with the ulti will come through and take out the tree. Jarvan with the Cataclysm now underneath their top inner turret, trying to find something. He does go godlike, and somehow makes it out of this. Jarvan.
Oh, I thought he died.
I thought he died too. Ash found out somewhere up in that lane. Oh no, Ash just wait, sorry, what? Hold on. Ash just got a kill. How did Ash get a kill?
Oh, tower. Oh, it would have been the tower.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is
tower
so
killed Hecarim from the
unfortunate.
backside.
So unfortunate. What are you gonna do though? Alright. Well, that was a bit of a crazy chase. So nice job by the Outlaws there to stop that Baron. That was so close.
So back and forth. The gold is dead even at 25 minutes into the game. Really hard to tell what team goes on top here. I think if this game gets to that 35-minute mark though, and the Malzahar and Caitlyn get 3 items, I feel like they're gonna have a really large advantage at that point, as the Jarvan will start to fall off a little bit, as opposed to the Hecarim.
Yeah, it's getting a little dicey, especially drag up in 30 seconds. Let's see if we can indeed goal. Yeah, it's looking pretty good for the Spartans. They're winning these fights, but again, gold is close. And
Yeah.
it'll really come down to one big team fight. Oh,
I
it's-
don't know if I love the double armor item rush on Young Pope there. He is going to be taking a lot of damage from the Malzahar, just from the Malefic Visions, as well as just all of the AoE damage that he outputs, as well as the Leandri's doing max HP damage. I would have gone for maybe a Spirit Visage second, but
not a bad option, but I think he's building towards the kid, and now going for it, and that is going to be the soul going over to the Spartans. A big ult coming through here, but the Spartans just melting away the Outlaws, and Ash ult there to just join in on the fun. But that Jarvan tank is actually pulling through quite a bit, and now it's Mundo with the 1v4. He picks one, he might actually pick another, but no, Jarvan ends up getting away with that. And now Rumble on the chase to finish off the last member of the Outlaws here, as an ace comes through for the Spartans, and they're going to go straight for this Baron.
wow, huge swing for Spartans. They really got caught out, the Outlaws really got caught out there, and that's going to be the Baron essentially for free.
Yeah, no contest here. That timer is still ticking down for the Outlaws, so that Baron 20, they should get around 27. Gonna be free, 100% free.
And with the Mountain Soul, that does give them a way to win this game. If they can close it out within the next 4 or 5 minutes here, this one might be theirs.
Yeah, they've got that extra tank, and now they've got that pushing power. We might see them just run down the nearest lane after they reset and look to end this.
A lot of standing gold on the top lane there. You can see the first tower hasn't even been taken yet. So this could be a pretty massive Baron power play for the Spartans.
Yeah, gonna be huge. We are we're a little bit in the gold right now, up to 4K, but we'll see how much that extends while they are wearing that purple.
Indeed. Don't know if I love the Morellos on the Rumble here, because Ash is going to be the main one hitting Mundo, and she did just pick up the Executioners. Maybe a Rabadon's would have been better, as Rumble's job in this sense is to really just take down those 2 carries. However, It is what it is.
It is what it is. Alright, now looks like the Spartans are trying to force this one down. Oh, the Ash Arrow immediately on to Caitlyn. Jumped on with an equalizer as well too. Hecarim dumping over this wall to try and get something done as the TP is coming down for Dr. Mundo, but it's too late. All 4 members of the Outlaws are gone. Make it 5. That's an ace. That's going to be the Spartans chasing down this mid lane with the Baron buff, and it
Should be game here.
That's game 1 for sure. My word, what?
Yeah, we got Caitlyn up in about 15 seconds, but I don't think she'll be able to stop all 5 of them. Extremely bloody game.
That, yeah, we
More
had...
than twice the amount of minutes than kills in this one. Or sorry, more than
know
twice
what?
the amount of kills in minutes in this one.
That's why we
Spartans
do this
take
though.
game
The action here at LAS, you just can't beat it. But yes, Spartans coming through with the victory in game number 1. And looking pretty dominant there as they kind of found their groove through this game.
Indeed.
So definitely well played by them. And, you know, it's only game 1. We do have a best of 5 here. But just taking a look at how these guys are playing right now.
Wow, that Rumble damage.
Rumble did so much with those equalizers. He had them very well placed in those fights. And that shows. But honestly, nice little shout out to our Ash there. Who was our Ash playing this game? Decyclone. He had a couple nice
couple great outfits to follow
that
up,
last
yeah,
that last Ash arrow essentially is what triggered that fight and what ended the game there for them. So
yeah, and
well-
there should be quite a large skill discrepancy between the two ADCs, but Decyclone really doing a great job to close that gap.
yeah, did an awesome job.
Good job to him.
Well, guys, we are gonna be switching sides and taking a break, then switching sides and hopping back on the rift. So don't go anywhere, and we will be right back after our quick little break. But right now, it is Spartans up with 1 game. Still, potentially 2 more games to go. Even more is possible. But we'll be right back in a few minutes after that. Or maybe the team's ready to go. We'll be back. We'll be back.
Come and run again. We want a dose of this right now. It's KD. I'm a goddess with a blaze. Story trouble 나 이름 잊지 못하게. Loud, 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 loud. I could take you to the top. 절대 멈추지 못해. 내가 끝내주는 bad girl, girl, girl. And when I started talk that, oh, you know how to react. I'm a picture perfect face with the wild in my veins. You can hear it in my growl, 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 growl. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. 다 할 수 없는 level. 나와 되길 원한 늘 확신해. We got it all in our hands now. So can you handle what we're all about? We're so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. They could try, but we gonna wear the crown. You can go another round, 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 round. Wish you luck, but you're not bringing us down. Go hard, till we get it, we go hard. We so in it, we pop stars. Only winning, winning now. Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 down. You ready for this? Let's go. See, 언제든지 내 모습 매직 단한 번에 내가 잡아 절대 기죽지 않지. 평평 네가 뭘 알아? 견딜 수 없어 원해도 원하는 게 얼굴에 보여. I'm trouble and you running it. I'm so cold. When I move that way, you gon' be so blown. I'm the realest in the game. Said I'm on fire with the blade. You're about to hear my name ringing in your head like whoa. So keep your eyes on me now. 무엇을 보든 좋아할 거야. We so tough. Let's get it, show you up. Can you feel the rush now? Ain't nobody bringing us down, 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 What are you willing to lose? You cover your wounds, but underneath them, a million voices in your head that whisper, stop now. Another twist of the knife, a turn of the screws. It's all in your mind, and it's fighting you on yourself. The storm is coming. Wow, kid, what you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. And now you're playing with matches, come out of the ashes underneath you. A million voices in the crowd, they're screaming, stop now. Well, let them swallow the pride, you're turning the tide to true believers. Got them in the palm of your hand, you're playing God now. What you gonna do now? It's your reflection looking back to pull you down. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly. So are you gonna die today or make it out alive? You gotta conquer the monster in your head, and then you'll fly, fly, Phoenix fly. It's time for a new empire. Go bury your demons, then tear down the ceiling, Phoenix fly.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are about to get game 2 underway. We just have players taking a quick break right now, and then we're gonna get this pick and ban going. So, game number 1, Vapus. That was looking really good there for the Spartans.
Yes, it was. It was very, very back and forth. The Spartans did get that Dragon Soul and snowball their lead to a victory. The Outlaws want to win. They need to be able to. They need to press their advantages better. They built up really large CS leads in the middle and the bot lane, but didn't really do much with them in order to propel themselves to the victory. So first of all, in the Outlaws, I don't want to see Base God on a tank again. I want to see him on a split pusher, as he is one of their better players for sure. And yeah, I think that's been the win condition that they've gone with before, and I think they should go back to that if they want to see a win here in this series.
Yeah, I agree. If we could see Base God back on something that is more his playstyle, I mean, don't get me wrong. You give another 10 minutes, that Mundo would have taken off. But
Yeah.
yeah, something where he can get those 1v1s, where he can kind of command how the fights go, is
Yeah.
what I think will hopefully see this game on Base God.
Yeah, when you have a split pusher in the top lane, like I guess the secondary win condition, other than both teams ramming their heads at each other as hard as they can and seeing who comes out on top, it really changes how the way the game can play out. So I do want to see an additional win condition from the Outlaws there.
Yeah, yeah, and even though they were ahead in gold that early game, we saw the buildup of the Dragons, even though they just gave them over. And essentially that last fight there where Jarvan kind of snuck in, it was kind of a toss-up, turned into a 50-50, and it ends up that the Spartans came out with that dragon, securing them that soul. So not worth risking those big objectives when it comes down to the win conditions that we were talking about there.
Indeed.
But, yeah, looks like everybody is loaded up into the lobby here, and Pick and Ban has started. So let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, the Rumble was great for Ivan. I don't know if they'll let him have it again. Outlaws on blue side, of course, this time. The respect ban over to Edon on the Elise, as he is very, very good at that champion. Very scary on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna see maybe a few bans taken away from that last game, but let's see. Knowing that Base God is probably gonna go on something more his playstyle, might see some bans towards that, but it ends up being the Jarvan taken away, which
Indeed.
I guess makes sense. That tank Jarvan, we had our doubts in the early game, but he did ramp up, and we even were surprised when he made it out alive there at that top side.
Yeah, it just got to the point where he had about 4 items when everyone else had 2. So honestly, the scaling didn't really matter at that point in the game for the Outlaws. They did need a few more items on their carries. I do want to see Harsh Cloth on something that spikes better in the mid game, since these teams like to fight so much in the mid game. The Caitlyn is notorious for being probably the worst mid game ADC. Because she doesn't do a ton of damage yet. She doesn't really have any utility. So after that lane phase, she can feel pretty useless.
It's a little awkward there because you have that nice poke in the beginning of the game and you have that insane damage at the end. But those 15 minutes there where you're kind of sitting on the edge, where you don't have the damage to kind of crank people back in one shot, and if you get hopped on, you're done.
Indeed. We see the Misfortune coming out for Harsh Cloth, so that he did answer my prayer of a better mid game ADC. Misfortune being one of the best right now. I also do like the Diana and the Yasuo over for the Spartans. Yasuo's Ivan's favorite champion, and Edon has been really good on the Diana. I do like the Diana. I was talking bad about the Jarvan. It did work out, but I do like the Diana better just because it can carry a little bit harder in the late game and does synergize with that Yasuo really well.
Yeah, it's got that damage, it's got that knock up. But if you're going into, I mean, here's the thing: you have Braum that you have to get into. However, I personally have played Braum and got cucked by the Yasuo win wall numerous times, and it sucks. It sucks because you want to get that ult off as soon as the team fight starts, but guess who's just waiting there with a win wall to stop it?
I don't know if I love the Braum here, just because they obviously the Yasuo was already picked. Braum is usually is used currently a lot to be a counter to Misfortune, to Misfortune. And just without seeing most of their team, I don't know if I love an early Braum pick. I'm not sure what his champion pool is like, but I really would have preferred something like a Leona or even a Thresh here.
Yep, and Braum synergizing with champions who pop off those autos really fast, like Lucian. Braum, disgusting lane.
Absolutely.
But like you're saying, it's meant to counter Misfortune because you have that big shield that goes up, protects your teammates. However, they're the ones who pick it up, and if they're going to try and be looking for that passive on Jhin, I think they might have a difficult time unless they're able to get right in his face.
Indeed. It's not a great pick into the Jhin, because Jhin, yes, you can block his ultimate, but Jhin can actually just wait. Jhin has about 9 seconds to use all of his shots, so he can just wait out as long as he wants. I do like the Leona with the Jhin. That is a good lane for them. I would have preferred the Spartans, actually. I would have preferred to see Discyclone back on the Ashe, because they do have a lot of damage in mid and jungle, so utility ADC would have made a lot of sense here. Jhin has some utility, but not as much as Ashe.
Yeah, he will be able to offer up all those stuns. He's got those traps for a little bit of extra vision, but Outlaws coming in with a Darius and potentially the Zac here. That's a lot of lockdown potential here for them. I'm just a little worried about that damage, as the Spartans have the Yasuo, the Jhin, the Diana, and one more pick left for them as well too.
Indeed. Now I'm glad that Base God is on something that does damage. However, I'm not too happy about it being Darius, as he's not the best split pusher in the game. He can split push, but with the rest of their team comp, the Zac, the Braum, and the Vladimir, they are going to be looking for those team fights as well. So we'll have to see how this one plays out.
Okay.
Shen in the top lane for Young Pope. I do like that. I really like that with the team comp, as Diana, Yasuo, and Leona, they all need to go in. and Shen can synergize really well, giving them some extra tankiness, so that they don't die instantly.
You know
So,
what's nice too? If the Jin does pop his ult and ends up getting jumped on by someone like Zach, you have the Shen there to ult and give him that
Indeed.
tankiness, get that taunt off to keep his ADC safe. So
yeah,
lots of potential here.
lots of ways to use the Shen in this game.
Mhm.
I do feel like Base God is going to get a pretty large advantage up in that top lane though, just because Shen is not the best laner and Darius probably the best top laner in lane specifically, just because he's so much of a lane bully. But we'll have to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and unfortunate Base God isn't on a crazy carry, but we have seen, you know, Shen be built up with the Tiamat and get some damage onto him as well too. So there's a very
Indeed.
likely possibility we see that with a Leona who's just going to be a pure tank there for that team.
Absolutely.
Well, game number 2, still in our best of 5. It's Spartans up with 1 right now. Vapus, who do you think is coming out of this one?
This one's tough because the Outlaws are quite tanky, but I am gonna have to give this one to the Spartans, as mid and jungle are on 2 of their best champions.
Yeah,
So this one I give to the Spartans for sure.
I'm going to have to agree with you as well too, seeing that Yasuo with some tanks combined in there and a little bit of knockup in their kits as well too. That's looking for a deadly 20-30 minute game, because once he gets his static shiv in his IE, it's so
Will be
difficult to
quite
deal with.
strong, yeah.
Again, same. I think it might have been the same game. It was either I had an Ashe, Misfortune bot lane, Misfortune support. We got dummied. We got dummied. This volley bear came and just wrecked us.
I remember Misfortune support. My God.
Oh,
was that annoying.
she's not gone. And I've also run into a Maokai support today too. So
Yeah, I've seen that quite a few times
It's,
as well.
it's difficult dealing with that.
I almost feel as if Maokai support is almost discount Leona.
It's the
just 'cause
it's the saplings that drive me nuts.
It's the saplings, but I feel like Leona's three CC abilities on 4 of her ability. Actually, well, W slow is actually every ability CCs. I
Mhm.
take that back.
Yeah.
I do feel like the Leona is definitely better scaling support than the Maokai, but no Maokai support in this game, so
No.
we
But
don't have to worry about that one.
now that you're talking about that Leona with her CC and her kit, if she gets a lockdown on a Misfortune, you get the follow up with your Jin, and then you can just hammer down all the rest of Leona's kit onto that ADC.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little risky for them. And even with the Braum there, it's going to be still scary to get out, because I've played the Braum recently, and his tankiness is not as much as you would expect. Which is unfortunate considering he's got a giant shield, but hey, that's just me. I don't have that 200 years of balance experience.
Indeed, not like our friends at Riot Games. Gotta love them.
We do. We really do. I mean, do you think of the hours we put into this? Anyways,
Indeed.
game number 2 about to get underway. Players are just going to be loading into the game now, and we'll have our quick little spectator delay. So, guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes. Make sure you don't go anywhere yet. But if you are, go ahead and check out LES_esports 2. We are broadcasting over there as well, too, for the Wolves versus the Grizzlies. So, another quarterfinal series over there. And Vapus, do you have an update for how that series is going?
I will in about 5 seconds. The Wolves were winning game 1. I assume that they won it so far, and it looks like they are in. They are drafting. Oh, that's our channel. Like that.
Oh, that's my voice that I hear. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they are in the draft of the second game. I do believe the Wolves won the first game. When I checked, they were up about 10,000 gold. So it looks like the Wolves are up 1-0 in that series.
Excellent. Well, we are going to go on our quick little break, so don't go anywhere, guys. And I will put that poll up again, too. Who do you think is going to take game number 2? So let me just get this started, and then we will be right back on our break. Let's see.
Better see at least 10 votes this time, guys. Come on.
Yeah, at least.
15 viewers. Come on. At least 10 votes. Come on.
Will the Outlaws take game 2, or will the Spartans be able to take it to a match point? We'll be back here 3 minutes onto the Rift to let you guys know how that goes. So we'll see you then, and I hope you guys are ready for another action-packed game.
tryna be your man, this goes. I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man. I ain't tryna be your man. No, I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man. No, I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be associated with you. I ain't tryna to be rocking hard beside you. If you with me, then you with me, come inside it. I miss all of them calls, they like, ooh. I ain't tryna be your man, no. I ain't tryna be your friend, no. I ain't tryna be your man, no. And I ain't tryna be your friend. I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man, this goes. I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man. I ain't tryna be your man. No, I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man. No, I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I don't got the time to call, won't let you lie to me, no. I don't know what's on my thought, I don't know where I've been wrong. Switching up on me, oh no, I done heard this all before. See you pop up on my phone, I just wanna move along. You sounding so crazy, acting full gazy. Hard black for my safety, they say I'm sounding wavy. I ain't been hurt lately, I've been moving hasty. Just trying to do my own thing, but they always complaining. Wanna see me fall, won't let them take my soul, no. Don't care if you are solo, yeah, I swear you're so cold. And I pretend I don't see you hit my phone. I wonder why, go ahead and leave a message at the tone, yeah. I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes. I ain't tryna be your man, this goes. I ain't tryna be your friend, this goes.
Hello.
All right, guys, welcome. We are about to get into game number 2. Spartans taking on the Outlaws here, but we have swapped sides. However, it is Spartans with 1 game under their belt right now. Need 2 more for the win. We'll see if the Outlaws can take 1 off of them this game.
Yeah, and I bet against the Spartans last game, and it did me wrong. And now I'm betting against the Outlaws, so maybe the Outlaws will win this. Yeah, maybe it's just scripted.
It's the caster curse. Don't worry. Don't worry.
The caster curse.
You vote for who you want to lose.
I
But
am gonna have to say that the Spartans, they do have their comfort picks, but it does look like the Outlaws will eventually outscale them with that Vladimir, and that Zach combination.
yeah,
But we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, you could get some potential Vlad plays as he pulls underneath the wind wall. Could see something like that. So, gotta keep an eye out for those big plays.
All right. Now wait. Are we gonna have a level 1 team fight again, Wedgel?
You know what? With a Braum, there's a potential invade because, again, from the experience, as long as you have people there to auto, you can pop the Braum passive.
I don't know if the Spartans want a level 1 team fight, but it looks like they are opting out of it. So
yeah, Braum is there. Sorry, I got the sides picked up. For some reason, I thought it was base god on the Shen. Backwards, completely backwards on my end. But he's got his Darius, which is
he does. That is going to be
It's-
very scary for top lane.
it's a scary Dairy.
Well, another thing as well is that Diana's gonna have a really hard time impacting that matchup, because Darius is just gonna be so much more useful than the Diana early game. So we likely won't see the Diana heading topside very much because that is not a winning 2v2 for the topside for the Spartans there.
Not exactly. So we'll see what she's able to do with that. Potentially heading bot. You know, you got that big CC out of Leona, so she'll be able to lock people down. And once that Yasuo hits 6, I'm sure we'll see her end up in the mid lane at some point.
Yeah, it's probably looking for around mid lane and bot lane this time around, as that is where the potential winning combinations can come from. Edon is going to start red side, so yeah, you already know he's going to be looking bot side as he's starting on his top side. Probably, I don't know if he's going to go for level 3 into a quick gank, but We'll have to see.
Brahma almost finding Leona Jin in that river bush, but yeah, he takes the semi-safe way. Pretty standard start here for most part. I just want to see what you guys said for the vote.
I believe it was the Spartans got the
I
votes
believe
there.
it's a Spartan. Last one was tied 50-50, but this time, overwhelming 80% of you said it's going to be the Spartans that come in with the win. So, I think chat's on our side as well, too. Most of chat is there with us.
Yeah, we got a lot of Spartans fans here today.
But, you know, it's going to be some back and forth. What I want to know from chat, who gets first blood? Could be, we're not going to see any craziness like we did last game.
Hopefully not, yeah. Both teams don't really want to fight a ton early game, except for the bot lane. But we'll see how their confidence is. Jin playing very far back. He's kiting away every time he hits minions, so...
Playing pretty safe. So, guys,
Playing
that vote
quite
is
safe.
up there for you guys. If you want to go ahead and vote, will it be the Outlaws or will it be the Spartans that come out with first blood? Generally, everybody taking it safe. So I'm not too sure myself either. Who's gonna
Could go either way, honestly.
So there goes Yasuo taking a turret shot there. Don't know about that one.
And Diana does a full clear of the top side, and Zach mirrors that. Looks like Diana's a little bit ahead in terms of her jungle pathing. She is going to be able to get that bot side scuttle before Zach will be able to react. So good heads up play there by Edon. Looks like we have a pause coming out.
Edon, you know, maybe a little lag, maybe it's computer issues, maybe it's a bathroom break. We've had that in the past before too.
Oh, he left the game. He rage quit.
He just straight up rage quit. Didn't get that scuttle fast enough, and that was enough to do him in. So, guys, just want to thank you again for joining us here tonight and always supporting the stream. Appreciate it. And I hope everyone is having a great time. Only game 2 so far in our series, so potentially 5 here. It might be a late one tonight, guys.
Could be.
That's okay. No, I don't think any of us have classes, so that's
No, we don't.
no. I have no idea what to do myself. I have a 2.5-week vacation essentially, so.
Indeed. Well, I'm not in school, so I definitely don't have class. But if I did, I was in school, I wouldn't have class either.
No, I was supposed to have a placement start for me next week, and all the high schools are closed too. So no teaching from this guy. I'm just gonna take it easy.
Indeed. See if we can figure out what the pause is. We'll do some investigation here.
Let's see. Flip on over to the Discord. Yeah, so Confirmation Wolves did take that game number 1. Let's see if anyone got any word from.
Perfect. I was not wrong.
Nothing yet. Nothing as of yet. But I'll shoot the players a message and see if
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
one of them are floating around. Oh, we're good. I think we're good. Edon's back in this game, and we should have this
Awesome.
pause end for us relatively soon. Oh, maybe just some internet issues.
Yeah, you hate to see it in an important match like this one.
Oh, Trash is asking what I'd be teaching. Well, I'm gonna be your next science teacher coming through. So all that fun science stuff that you guys get to do in high
What
school.
can he do? He can cast League of Legends. He can teach science.
Yeah, hell yeah. Oh my god.
And another pause.
And I can keep the stream going even with all those pauses going.
That was quite anticlimactic.
Yeah.
And I do have confirmation that Andy did DC, so he did not rage quit.
Okay. I would hope not in playoffs. I'd be.
He may have had to get some ice for his back for carrying the last game. But we'll see. Looks like we are starting up again.
Excellent. There we go. We are good to go.
Perfect.
I'm just fiddling with some of the stuff.
And yeah, the Shen is going to be pushed in for the majority of this matchup. Darius going to feel very comfortable up there. Once he gets level 6, he should be able to to almost 1v2 at that point there. Otherwise, lane's looking pretty even so far. CS pretty much even across the board, within 1 or 2 of each other. So a pretty calm early game. Not as much excitement as the last one, which is really what both these teams want. They don't want all the fighting.
Speaking of excitement, Zach is in the mid lane to get the gank, and that's Ivan going down to a quarter health. Will they be able to finish it off? A flash coming out of Yasuo. Oh, but oh my god!
Wow, great outplay from Fox right there.
That was gross. Can we get a
Great
replay?
outplay
I don't
from
know.
Fox right there.
I would love to see a replay on that one. That was just really well played there by Funksy. He's not quite done. He's looking for G-Don. So we'll run back that first blood there, as it is the Outlaws who pick up the first blood. So let's flip it on over and see if my replay machine is feeling like working today. All right. He comes out, just that flash from God.
And you think he's going to get away, but flashes the tornado, just gets the last auto attack. Very well played by Funks.
But back in the mid lane now, it's Funksy getting jumped on. He's trying to pull
Another
away.
fight.
Ignites there. In the top lane, we've got Base God fighting with Young Pope. Sorry. I'm looking across the screen like, wait, where is he? Top lane.
As soon as we talk about there being no action, all the action comes out. So
They know. They honestly, I swear, every time we do this cast, you guys
scripted.
You gotta be like, yeah, we're having a pretty chill early start here, and now there's a gank, and there's fights going on in every single lane, and there's an ace at 6 minutes. What the hell?
That first kill is huge for the Vladimir. That's really gonna help him finish his core items before the Yasuo, which could make a huge impact later on in the game. There, you do see a bit of about a 10 CS lead in the bottom lane, starting to grow for Harshcloth and Ezio there.
Yeah.
And mid lane is up 7 CS and a kill for the Vladimir, so about 450 gold, which is nothing to laugh at. Is that right?
And we can see how
That
much
was
are
right.
we? Ooh, quick maths here. Bam.
Well,
Not
15
even-
CS. 15 CS is about 300, and then a kill. And then so you cut that in half. So.
Well,
Oh,
we
no,
might
no,
have
no,
to add a
no,
little
no.
bit more to this, as Zach is here to try and get something done. I think the Shen ult will come down and hopefully save this Yasuo, but Vladimir will pull away. He's getting taunted. I don't know if they want to stay around for this. Funksy still pumping out that damage. D Blake trying to get that stun, and I think they might have stayed a little too long, because here comes Leona and Diana. They just dive right on top of Vladimir. Funksy is going to drop as well too, so overstaying their welcome, as the remainder of Spartans are going to roam around and clean this one up.
Is it Funks Z or is it Funks? I thought it was Funks.
It might be Funks. I've been calling him Funksy. There was a Dallas. I called him Dallas, and I think we stuck with that.
His real name is Dallas, but his league name is Dallas, or it was at least.
I think we just stuck with Dallas, because he came into chat. He's like, no, Dallas is cool. I'm like, all right, fine. So chat, if anybody out there, if I've gotten your name wrong, my apologies. Let me know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but we're doing our best out here. Like Young Pope, that wasn't until Noah and Mo came on the cast here too. I'm like, oh, that's what. Yep, I'm an idiot. That's what that's.
Didn't you call him Young Papa or something?
Young V Pop or some crap like that. It was terrible. And I'm like, oh shit, it's Young Pope.
Top 3. Young Pope.
We get there eventually. Don't worry. The stream is it's evolving as we're growing.
It's evolving.
We're growing every single day. So with that little collapse there, that does tie the kills up to 1-for-1, but gold is still relatively tight as well too, so nothing big quite yet. And I say that now. Give us another minute. And ooh, nice little pop there from the Misfortune. As
Yeah, we see a pretty big lead for the Diana in the jungle and the Darius in the top lane. So we'll see which team can really press their advantages. That's a ton of CS for a jungler. 70 at about 9 minutes.
we might see the fight actually going. Shen is forced to flash away, and the Darius ult's there, but the bleed will get him. Diana is up here to try and help out, but a little bit too late to join that fight.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, the Diana is really not going to impact the top lane. Volley fight.
Leona going down. Zach did go for the gank, but the Jhin ultimate is there.
Oh, the Zach taunting.
That's that is unfortunate. So a failed gank top by the Spartans and a successful gank bottom by the Outlaws.
Yeah, good swing for the Outlaws. They have amassed about just over a 1,000 gold lead here. Pretty sizable lead for the Darius in the top lane and the Misfortune in the bot lane.
And she picks herself up a solo plate as well too, so that gold extending a little bit further on Hodgepodge.
Indeed, and
Wind wall is up, tornadoes there. Yasuo ulti is coming up, but that is the pool to try and get him out of there. The dragon's going to be picked up there from the Zac, but here comes Heartcloth forcing the flash out of Yasuo. So Ivan,
flash for flash in the mid lane. Probably a win for the Yasuo, just because Vlad relies on flash so much to get into those fights.
I don't know if it's quite a win yet. Shen is here. Yasuo will probably be able to make it here, but Braum is in this backline, gets the triple knockup, but no Yas available. Ult available. He still picks himself up one, and Zac with the passive knocking down is going to be taken off the map as well too. Oof. Unfortunate there for the Outlaws. The Spartans come through, pick up a couple kills there in the mid lane.
Yeah, great fight for them. Way to turn around that situation there. The Shen ult doing already involved in actually all of the kills. All the action has been focused around the mid lane so far for the Spartans, and there was a pick in the bot lane as well.
And yeah, that's their jungler, top and mid with 100% kill participation so far. They're playing this really well together, and snowball a Herald off of that. So that's going to be really
I am happy to see some higher CS numbers pretty much all around the board. It looks like some of the players may have turned their monitors on for this one.
They're a little bit more awake now. You get the first game, you'll warm up, and then
yeah, they've got their warm up game in.
The top still kind of taking it easy. You see that Darius CS lead is
it's astronomical at this point. Shen can't even really touch the wave.
No,
he just dies.
About 1,000 gold difference between the two of them, and now we see a fight beginning to break out. Diana is here to jump on and gets Darius back into this. The smite comes down as well too, and Base God is gonna drop. A nice gank there by Edon.
Yeah, great gank. Darius just barely missing the outer part of his Q, which gives him the bonus damage and healing. If he hit that, that fight could have gone a lot differently. But,
and that's Herald going top. There. Herald's top for them, so they might just push that first turret. Zac is chilling down in this bot lane. So we see the jump coming through. The Misfortune ulti is down onto Jhin, and here goes Zac. He's not close enough to this. He flashes in with the Q, brings him back, and the Braum ult will pick this Jhin off. A nice lockdown from them. A bit of a far stretch there for that kill, but they
Braum almost goes down.
They do end up getting it. So well played there by the Outlaws. But now it's the Vladimir. Does he get out? No, he does not. Edon's in there, sweeping the life out of that Vladimir, and they're going to push in on this mid turret as the top turret going down there for the Spartan.
Already level 10 in this one, ahead of all of the laners.
Braum just got executed by bot turret. Unfortunate. Yeah. Can we? Yeah, I think we can. We can speed up a little bit forward.
And Kevin and Youngpop just getting bullied up in here in the top lane, getting straight up dove by the Darius.
Yeah, absolutely brutal. Look how far deep he is into that one. So let's flip.
I wonder how they're gonna deal with this one. That would
be
the only thing.
You see the poor Braum is here. Oh no! Turret immediately. He's gone. But back on over to the stage. We're going again. Darius is getting jumped on here, and don't think there's much anywhere for him to go. He is picked off there. Leona, Yasuo, nice little combo for them.
Yeah, good kill onto the Darius there, getting that Yasuo more and more ahead. He really needs that Infinity Edge for him to really come online. That's what the Phantom Dancer complete.
Boots as well too.
I almost would have preferred the Static Shiv here, just because.
Did you see that?
Because they do lack. They do lack wave clear.
He just he undid his boots and he went for the BF sword.
Ooh, I don't know if I like that. In case some of our viewers don't know, the attack speed Yasuo gets actually benefits his Q. It lowers the cooldown. So that's why you always see Yasuo's rushing the Berserker Greaves. I don't know if I like delaying boots this long for sure. That might actually not be too good.
We'll see. He is sitting on 250 gold, so needs another, what, 750 to get up where he needs to be? Oh, I guess he does have the boost already, so needs another 500. But look at the damage Shen is popping off here. Trading with Funks.
Yeah, Funks, he must have a lot of unspent gold. Because Young Pope does have a completed item, and Funks does not at the moment. So really shouldn't be taking a ton of trades.
No, probably not until he gets that scaling item, gets his Zhonya's, gets his Spirit Visage for that extra healing. Yeah, he's gonna be getting hurt quite early on in this, but second dragon started up for the Outlaws here, but in the mid lane we have a fight breaking out as the Braum ulti's there to try and slow him down, but the flash in to try and find Harshcloth. That's going to be the Cyclone coming in with a massive pick there, and now they've turned on to poor Ezio as Braum will drop as well too. The Dragon goes on over to the Outlaws, but they lose 2 members and potentially more if they find any out in this jungle. As Dax, Dax down here. No vision.
They're doing their Fnatic Death Brush impression.
Yeah, that is the Diana going in with the knockup. Yasuo immediately following, and they eliminate this Darius before he can even react.
Yeah, and that was the combo we were talking about. Diana Yasuo is really a death sentence to anyone on the enemy team, aside from maybe Zach. Yeah, Edon doing great on this scaling pick here. Has actually the most farm in the game. Same as last game. He has 2 full items complete. Well, if you count the jungle item with Nash's Tooth, he's very, very strong in this Diana, and he will only get scarier.
We might have another Death Brush waiting here for us. See the
they
vision.
Really like this Death Brush move.
I mean, it worked. It worked. Diana's going to have her ulti up soon. Yasuo's about halfway to getting that off a cooldown. So I think they just wait for maybe a couple more Outlaws to be walking through and they pull that move again. You saw how lethal it can be.
Indeed.
Oh, that is top inner turret going down on the side of the Outlaws. Spartan's picking up a little extra gold, but now it's the Outlaws on the chases. They find the Shen, lock him down with the Braum passive, and the flash is coming through too. Diana burns her flash to get on over the wall, but nothing going to be done with that as she's pulled back by the Darius. Vladimir's on this backside, trying to help out as well too, but Diana is trading with him as well. Leona is going to drop down. Young Pope dropping down on the Shen as a big misfortune ulti is there, and Harshcloth picking up a kill there for himself as the Outlaws are still on the chase. But now it's the Jhin with the ulti as Yasuo trades himself for that, for the Braum, I suppose.
Yeah,
so it ends up being.
And the wind wall came out late there. I don't believe it would have been on cooldown, but I've been a little bit late on the wind wall. I could have maybe saved the Shen there, I believe.
Quite possibly, but you know, he gives his life for a Braum, and Darius just ends up cleaning him up after that. So
yeah,
Outlaws,
a little bit of overstay from the Spartans. That's kind of how the fight all started.
Just a little bit, just a touch of overstay. But that's a herald there for the Outlaws. They are up 2 Drakes, down a couple turrets though. However, with the herald in their pocket, they should be able to find another turret real soon.
Yeah, and Spartans really lost a little bit of their goldie, but they're still about 4,000 sizable. They really have to find a way to shut down this Diana, or she's just going to run away with the game here. Vlad yet to complete his first item. It looks like he's building a few things at once.
Yeah. He's got part of his Zhonya's, he's got part of his Spirit Visage. But the Outlaws maybe not in the best spot right now.
I don't know about that one.
Ooh. Here they go. The Leon ult is down and the flash forced out of Darius, but Shen is trying to go and tries to find the taunt, but nobody is going to be picked off there. The Dragon up in a minute 30 will be Cloud Soul this game, so lots of movement speed for a team who likes finding engages. I'd say it's pretty worth. looks like they are actually going to rotate up to top side to look for this Vladimir. He's getting a back in, but let's see if he's in time for this. Oh, this is going to be close. Young Pope chooses wrong. Unfortunate for him. And Vladimir gets out there. Oh, but here comes Zach. Maybe a triple knockup. No, he's not going into that. Without a Darius and without his Vladimir, he opts to just back away from that.
Yeah. And Vlad still doesn't complete an item yet.
This is very strange. So it looks like it'll be Proto Belt and Zonya's first. He goes and finishes off his boots.
Yeah, I wish he would have just committed for at least one or the other. Probably the Zonya's, just because he wasn't winning a lot of fights. The Zonya's, it doesn't. Diana is magic damage. However, the Zonya's does allow him to at least wait out the ultis. So I don't. A little bit of an interesting build path that Funks is going for here. Just delaying some of the potential damage he does. And you look now, Diana just completed her Zonya's. She's on 3 items at 19 minutes as the jungler.
Poor Leona found out the flash is there to try and get out of that Zac knockup, and the Braum passive is worn off. But Toga caught out here. Shen is coming in to try and help. Let's see if there's any other members of the Spartans here. Yes, there is. Diana's here as well, too. A big misfortune ulti there, catching only the tanks, and Darius is backed up to try and help out as well, too. As now, it's going to be the Spartans dropping. Never mind. Wait a minute. We're back and forth. Yasuo's in that back line. He's getting tons of damage off, but he's stunned. He's taken out as well, too. And it turns into an ace for the Outlaws.
Wow, a clean ace for the Outlaws. And that's what happens when you give the Darius time to play the team fight like that. That huge swing for the Outlaws. I am noticing that Darius does have, I don't know if he's going for, I think he might be going for a Black Lunar and a Triforce. Double phage items. I'm not too sure about that one, but I'm not a Darius player, so.
Neither am I, but let's take a look at that last fight. You see, Base God got in there pretty damn good. But it's the back line here where we see everyone kind of get jumped on. And this is where the Spartans get melted away. And Darius just has a field day as he chops down 1, he chops down 2, and a 3rd for a triple kill. And even with Yasuo in that back line trying to take out the squishy members, it's not going to be enough here for them. Oh, I flipped to the wrong one. I'm explaining the replay and I didn't even flip. Damn it. That's okay. That's okay.
It's all good.
We got the verbal explanation. All right. Let's see. I'm going to try and flip something around because it might be why the hotkeys are. Yeah, but we got another fight going down as they're jumping on the Outlaws. The Misfortune ulti is there for them, but Spartans find that backline, find the Yasuo ulti, and even find the almost ace here. Yasuo picks off a huge ult there, and it's only Vladimir alive, so that should just be Baron for them here.
Yeah, great fight for them to turn it around. They killed the Darius early in the fight, so he was not able to get his stacks off from multiple people. So positive one for them. Looks like they're going to pick up the Baron as well.
And that will be the first Baron going over here to the Spartans at 22.5 minutes.
And gold is relatively similar, about a 5k lead, back up to what they were before they lost that little team fight there. Vlad does actually have some completed items now, so he may start to be a champion. We'll have to see how that is going to affect the rest of the game.
Yeah, and we'll let's take a look and see if we can actually see how that fight started. Not gonna let me again. Let's see. We'll flip it over. Now the replay's working. But big death bush again that they go for. They jump on immediately. Diana gets the lockdown. Duo's there, and that damage way too much. Even with the Misfortune popping off, they just go ahead and lean that up. Duo men find Archbox or
none. And great win wall. He did not take over the team fight.
Jin getting caught as well too, but it is our tanky Shen in the backline here for the Spartans. Leona is here as well too, but Misfortune ulti not stopped in time by that Leona. And now it's the big Yasuo here as well too. He manages to take down the Darius, even with a couple ults there. He's the one dealing the damage, and it ends up being an ace here for the Spartans. Oh my god, Darius pops off a couple ults there, but as soon as Yasuo gets in that fight, that's it.
Yeah, quite a messy fight, but Diana and Yasuo were able to clean up on the back half there. You do have the Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer power spike for Yasuo, so he will be pretty strong.
Yeah, with that Baron buff as well too, they should be able to get the inhib here. Braum is the only one up in 5 seconds. And a nice push there off of that fight.
Yeah, it looks like in him for free, and then they're going to back off.
Yep. Now a 7k gold lead here at 24.5 minutes. That is very substantial, considering this is what we're essentially moving into the mid game. That far ahead.
Yeah, they are really starting to run away with this one. The Diana is definitely online. And looks like she is going to go towards the Morellonomicon next with that Oblivion Orb. Pretty good in this case, as they are playing against a Vladimir. And kill that Darius a little bit faster so he can't get those resets off.
It's Yasuo, 9, 3, and 8. Yeah, it's scary when you have a Diana.
Morellonomicon is done.
Yeah.
And he's got the recurve bow last item. I'm not sure what he's going to build that into. Maybe a Wit's End?
Potentially here, potentially looking for the Scimitar. So Yasuo going Scimitar, and just a little bit of extra, disengage for him so he can keep doing what he does best.
I don't know if the Scimitar is best, as he only really has one thing to Scimitar, which is the Braum passive. Nothing else can actually be cleansed, unless you pair it with Flash. If you can QSS Flash out of the team's knockups, but interesting that he finishes the Scimitar. Don't know about that one, but.
We'll see how it works out. He is pretty ahead, so he can kind of build whatever he wants. But now we got another fight going down. Zach is in the back line here. Braum ulti is down as well too. Yasuo trying to find something, but the big misfortune ulti is there. Blocked by the Yasuo win wall. Very nicely played by him. Darius in the back dealing with this tanky Chen. Should be able to find a double kill on that jump. And now we're down to our 2 heavy hitters. It's Yasuo v Darius. Let's see who's able to go for it. Yasuo deals the damage. He gets taken out, but Diana's there and picks up a pentakill. Oh my god.
And these team fights are just really Diana versus Darius. Who can carry the team fight harder? This time it looks like it is the Diana.
Let's hold on. We gotta get a replay. That insane pentakill coming out here. Game number 2, and just keep your eyes on that Diana. That is our teammate of the game going through here. Fine, lots of damage. I will pause you. We'll run back in a second. Back on the main stage. Nexus is going down. Last few members are trying to find it. Diana is getting chunked down. Edon doing his best to try and finish this game with the Cyclone. And that is going to be game number 2 going over the Spartans. And they are at game point. They're at match point right now. That's massive.
Take the early victory 2-0.
Damn.
I wonder how much Edon's getting paid for these matches.
Better Wombo combo wins, chat. I think you are correct on that one. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that Wombo combo because that was absolutely sick to see that one. So let's take a look at this one. See what the hell actually went down. See them all kind of lining up for this fight. They're all getting ready. But Diana is the one that even though she first dies, losing that health is Ganya's point of view. That's one.
Yeah, they played that fight extremely well.
Takes them off. One of her moves out him. Now
playing very patient here. And you see how Darius is kind of locked into the whole team. Gets the quadra kill and cleans up that misfortune with a relative ease. Wow.
Unreal. So game 2 for the Spartans. We're at match point. They only need one more to take the series and move on to the semifinals against the Lions. So, you guys get to choose. Oh, very, very cool. I didn't know that. So potentially the Lions. We'll see. But this series is not done yet. We still have at least one more game left. Spartans could take it all here, but we'll see if the Outlaws can potentially come in for that reverse sweep. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be hopping back on the riff for game number 3. We'll see you then.
Even when the lights come, your word remains truth. Even when my thoughts don't line
shutting it down, shutting it down. Go for the crown, laying it down, shutting it down, shutting it down. Go for the crown, laying it down. Yeah, forward to God and I'm missing it. Look at the weight and I know that I'm lifting it. Bit in the cut and I'm mixing it, stirring it up and no tasting the difference. It is so infinite, y'all can remember it. Living with it is intimate. Never been quitting it, yes I'm a finisher. And I've been killing the penmanship. I'm in the mix like it's Nash quick. You know I'm cutting my blessings. My God ain't nothing to mess with. Been with my God so I'm flexing. Flow is descending from heaven. Stranger things feel like 11. You already know I'm a legend. Coming up out of the crevice. Feeling like I'm Kodak cause I got that tunnel vision. This is not a throwback, this is that new intuition. I'm not intuition because God gave me the vision. This ain't Rolling Stones, but y'all can see that he is risen. Dodging all the foes like Mario, running for my God, it's cardio. Gotta send me out the barrio, eating up the game of Dario. Reppin' Jesus Christ, I gotta flex. Never been the greatest at the test. Doesn't mean I wanna ace the next, but I will be better than the best. This above your words apostrophe. Y'all just stuck up in hypocrisy. Bet you no one ever stopping me. Do or die, you know I'm getting free. Gotta grab the Bible, that's the weapon. Gotta give her life to go to heaven. Shout out all my brothers, always reppin'. Y'all about to hear another legend.
Thanking God he don't depend on me. Wait, humble me, God. Oh, thanking God he don't depend on me. But I'm glad he put the pen on me. Y'all ain't never been a friend to me. Now you really wanna tend to me. I just pray that you bless, brother. Never had time to be stressed, brother. A1 to the day ones, never change up. Savior in the manger, had to raise up danger. Had to switch clips, I'm a ranger. Hold up, had to flip it like it's fitness. Lateness, I'm addicted to the witness. Wordplay on the first day, getting Thursday greatest. Gotta make it, never settle. Tarzan, drinking barman in the jungle. Oh no, this is not regular, ayy. Please do not hit on my cellular, ayy. Christ is the one that I'm leaning on, ayy. Get on the beat and I beat it up, ayy. Why in the heck did he choose us? Killing my practice, I'm stupid. Cut off the head of Methuselah. Everyone yelling the Busa. Ayy, Madagascar and I came with the quotes. Scare them away cause I know that they know. Being the greatest is one of my goals. Only for Jesus I've been on the road and I'm high with the Christ with the flow I control. Shutting it down cause I came for the throat. When I cut off the air, that's the end of the show. Ayy.
All right, guys, welcome back. We are about to get into the pick and ban for game number 3. So, potentially match point here for the Spartans. They could just look to take it all, or we potentially could have a reverse sweep on our hands, but
Yes,
don't know
this
quite yet.
could be a quick one, but we will have to see.
Yeah, stream over at 9. What would that be? That's so early.
And I really do want to see Base God on a split pusher here. They tried the full tank, it didn't work out. They tried the bruiser, he did well, but I really feel like he does need to be on a split pusher because that's where they can find an advantage in the top side of the map there.
Yeah,
But we'll have to see how it plays out.
we will. I'll let the teams know we are ready to go, and they can get into that pick and ban. However, I got to reevaluate my little. There they are. I'm just mucking with the stream. Don't mind me, you guys. But yeah, should definitely be another big one. Both these teams are, coming out swinging, but it has been the Spartans on top of those fights, on top of those trades throughout both these games, and yeah, don't know how this is going to turn out here for the Outlaws.
Shout out to Obelisk hyping up our team in chat there.
That's good. I was playing with those the channel points, those channel rewards. So
Yeah.
see if this works. I've got a few points here.
Yeah, we don't have a ton of options there. Get a shout out from the shoutcaster. That's my someone better use that this game.
There we go. Highlight does work. Can I can I redeem a shout out for myself? Oh yeah, Cassadike.
Cassadike.
How you doing, bud? Hope you're enjoying the show.
Yeah, this is my boy Noah, the
Yeah.
gold 2, I think. Former LAS caster, actually, the best Cassadin player in North America. I believe he was like top 50 or rated top 50 or something. His Cassadin is pretty spicy. So
yeah, been on the casting
watch
bench,
out
been
for
on
that.
the actual Rift here at LAS. So yeah, you see.
Yeah, it's actually been banned both games because Spunks does play it. So, but yeah, we'll see how it happens. And I know Casa Cassadike will be very happy to see that one if it does come out.
All right. So I think players are pretty much ready to go. I
See what happens here in this draft.
get it and should be starting very, very shortly. And there we are. Ban timer has started. Let's see what these guys are gonna bring to their last game. Potentially last game here. I don't want to jinx it. Outlaws still have a chance. But the Spartans just have been an overall better team today.
They really have, and the Fiora band comes out again. They do either.
Elise gone as well. So there's
Yeah,
one
one
for
of
Noah. Cassidy
Edon's
taken off the
signatures.
board. They
Well, we,
they hurt
we
us.
disappointed one of our viewers here, unfortunately. So
Listen, I'm disappointed every time I don't see a Heimerdinger come through on these games. It's a little sad, my end. But what are you gonna do?
what can you do? They do not want to play against that Diana. I think a good ban there. Throwing two bans. Probably the third ban will go towards Edon as well. I'm expecting to see the Jarvan band here. And I'm expecting a first pick Yasuo for the Spartans. Maybe the Ashe.
Potentially might see that come through, but yeah, Diana taken off immediately. They don't want to deal with that one again. And Thresh, maybe gone.
I don't know what that's meant to be Thresh or not. We'll have to.
Thresh is that
And
one.
the first pick, Ornn comes out.
Oh boy. Oh my
mean,
lord. Okay.
You can target ban Edon, but if you leave that Ornn open, he just provides so much value to your team. If you do the math there, he gets to upgrade 2 items for himself, and if he gets all the way to level 18, he'll upgrade 4 items for his opponents. So that's and each upgrade's worth about 1,000 gold. So just for picking the champion, you get an automatic 6,000 gold lead when you hit a certain point in the game.
That's sweet. It's fair and balanced, right?
Absolutely disgusting. The balance team needs to be fired. Anyways, Ash Braum coming out here. I like that. I like the combination. Got some CC. I would like to see some higher damage champions in the rest of the map for them, though.
Yeah,
200 plus years of experience. You got it.
They're gonna need to pump some more damage into this. But if they find other champions with lots of CC and lots of slow, that could potentially be the way they are going through this game.
Miss Fortune comes out for the Spartans. Good team fighting champion. I like they are drafting both teams again for the 3rd time in a row. We'll see what Edon's going to play this time.
Yeah, looking like
I
we
really
wanna
like the
pick up
Spartans
again
team comp so
for us.
far. Great first
They have massive
phase
team
for them.
fight. They have massive team fight potential. Leona lockdown, Ornn with the knockup, and Misfortune. just sitting in
They
the
are going to
back.
take the Jarvan away from Edon, so we'll see what he ends up playing.
Ooh, they do come in and sweep that
Um,
up. No Diana, so let's see. He will be playing something new this game.
Now, I don't know if I like the Yasuo ban, as the Diana has been banned. So it's unlikely that Edon is going to play something AP in the jungle, and they do need some AP on their team. So I don't know if the Yasuo is going to come through in the first place, but a respect ban nonetheless.
Yeah,
And
that's
more
the
bans
thing.
thrown at the top lane there.
Chat's making a good point too. If you have nothing to kill the Ornn, then I don't know what you're gonna do.
Indeed,
If,
the Ashes doesn't do a ton of damage. I would have actually liked to see a Vayne in that team comp. Would have been good. You would have maybe had to run the cleanse against the Leona in lane, but I think Vayne would have been a good option there.
Mhm.
And then the Rumble and Vlad are our last 2 bans on either side. So these teams' champion pool is definitely being tested here. We'll see what they come out with.
Yeah, and taking their time too for this one. It's a lot is on the line here for the Outlaws. It's 9 weeks of playing and just slipping in at the very last spot there for playoffs. This is potentially their playoff
So
stream's
Silas in
ending
the
here.
mid lane.
Ooh,
Could be top lane actually.
lots of good ults to steal there for
to see.
Silas. Really good
Indeed,
ults. to steal.
I actually really like the Silas in this team comp here. Gives them that extra bit of engage, Yeah, and he can also steal the MF ulti as well for the extra damage. So I think a great
Ooh,
choice.
a set
Set comes
picked
out
up.
in is that I think that's in the jungle for Edon.
Potentially
So
jungle, yeah.
looks like we are gonna have to see an AP. We're gonna see an AP mid laner here. If not, I would be very surprised.
Unless that's a set mid and we see Edon's pick coming through right now. Maybe, just maybe. Don't know yet. Ooh, that's gonna
That
be a
is
set
s-
mid.
And that's
What?
an AD. That's a full AD team comp. Um, I don't know about this one. The composition looked good otherwise, but I don't know about the last two picks. I would have liked to see a little bit more damage. There's a Spartans team comp. They really do lack reliable damage outside the misfortune. Um,
And Darius
and
coming through
gonna
again,
be the Darius.
but this time on the other side, on the side of the Outlaws. So, oof.
And maybe we were too eager about those first two picks because I really feel like this draft went to the Outlaws in the last portion there. I really don't like the last two picks being Set and Kane, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
I mean, the damage will eventually get to that point where it just becomes ridiculous. If Kane is able to just do drive-bys and some of the squishier members, it's gonna be really bad for the Outlaws if they get caught in those. And with his little buff too, he'll be more reliable to finish his transformation. There's those times you go back and you need one more little thing to upgrade. So
Indeed, they are gonna have to end this game early though because pretty much every champion can incorporate armor into their builds. Silas can get the Zanyas very early. Jarvan can stack armor all day long. Same with that Braum and that Darius. So the Outlaws just need to scale, and they should honestly have no problem winning this game. The Spartans, great team fight composition, but no AP damage. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
yeah, gonna be an interesting one too. But guys, I'll get that poll up in chat right now. But right now, to hear from you, Vapus. What do you think? Is it gonna be the 3-0 clean sweep, or will we see the reverse sweep coming out of the Outlaws?
See, the Spartans looked good in the first two games, but I really feel like in this game there's a pretty big draft discrepancy. I am gonna have to go with the Outlaws for this one.
I might disagree with you on this one. I'm gonna give it to the Spartans. I think they're gonna finish this off. They're on a roll already. They've got champions with big damage, and if we're talking about scaling, that Ornn will eventually get to the point where you can't hurt him. Plus those upgrades on all his other teammates, they are gonna be super, super strong. So I think it'll be the 3-0.
I guess we'll have to see.
Well, guys, we're gonna go on a quick little break here, but before we get back, make sure you get your votes in, and you let us know who you think is going to take this game. Do you think the Spartans will win it all, or do you think the Outlaws are going to try and claw their way back into the series with a win here? But for now, we will be out on our break and back in about 3 minutes with that game. And it could be the final one here. Match point is on the line here. So Outlaws going to have to pull out something big here if they want to stay in this and keep their playoff dreams alive. Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are about to get into game number 3, and it's a big one on the line. Spartans at that match point, looking to take it all and move themselves forward in the bracket. But a hell of a couple teams we got here.
Indeed, should be a fun one.
Orn up into top for Young Pope into Base God Karamas, Darius. I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's looking pretty good for the Spartans.
I don't know what to say, to be honest, because it looks like one team has a lot more CC, and then one team is all D.
It's the amount
Then
of
again,
damage
the Outlaws lack range too, but so do the Spartans. It's gonna be a lot of all-ins. A lot of these champions, pretty much every champion wants to just go in and be as close to the enemy as possible.
I
so
know. I'm so excited.
should be an exciting, fun, bloody match like much like the first one.
Much like all the great games here at LAS. Those are the hype
Indeed.
ones.
And we see Edon doing his Argol impression.
Oh, I lost you there.
Oh, sorry, I said Edon doing his Argol impression this game.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, with the ooh, this. Okay, I see you. I see you. Let's get
Playing a
those up.
very hard mechanical champion, the Kane.
Okay, we'll see how this goes. But honestly, Spartans looking good this entire series so far.
Indeed.
And just kind of one-upping over these fights, even though they've been really back and forth, close. It's always the Spartans that come out just that little bit ahead.
I do like where the Outlaws team. I think this is their best draft yet. They do like to fight clearly, and the champs like the early game, the champs who can skirmish early like Silas and Jarvan, may be good for them, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Looks like a pretty standard start. No level 1 team excitement. No excitement this time here.
It's nice that they started out the series like that, just to get everyone's blood kind of flowing. That was
Indeed.
pretty exciting way to start things, but now they've just kind of moved on back to the standard stuff.
Yeah, looks like both junglers are going to start on the bottom side of the map here. It's pretty standard stuff. Should be some standard clears.
Let's see, do I have the teams on the right side?
You do, yes.
I do.
Yes, you do.
Excellent. Great.
And I can't lie, I'm not really sure how the Set versus Silas matchup goes. I haven't really seen that one too
It's definitely a
much.
new one for me, but I'm sure we're going to see a couple showstoppers come through back to back.
Yeah,
That'll be entertaining to see which direction they do end up.
yeah. Top lane, the Ornn is likely going to get bullied out. It does take not a great trade there.
Darius
Top lane
taking a
should
lot
have
of
an
bullying
advantage
out
there. Wow. And bot lane for the Spartans should have the advantage, just with the raw damage of the Misfortune, paired with it Leona CC, one of the best meta bot lanes at the moment.
Yeah, very, very strong. Lots of CC options for them to, either kite if they need to or hard engage, but, with the options to kind of
Indeed.
lock people down, run back, and get the rest of your team in there with more CC. Pretty damn strong. And Edon already showing up here in the spot lane. Leona E is not going to find purchase on any of the members, but the Kane Scythe comes down, and with the Braum passive ticking down, the heals out of Ashe, the flashes out of Braum, and Ezio barely making it out of there with his life. But back in the mid lane, that's a gank from the Jarvan onto the Set, and Funks will pick up that first blood on his Silas.
Yeah, so a lot happening so far early in the game. A lot of blood.
Back at top, Base God's going to get 1v1
Oh my
by
goodness.
the Ornn. And we'll do Whoa! What the hell was
Can we get a replay
that?
of that one? I don't even know how that happened.
Oh my god. What was that? That was insanity.
That was just a feels bad there.
Can we go back? Go back? That is insane. Can't believe we just had that happen. Okay.
You can see they're about even health. Ornn gets Darius gets pretty low, pulls him back in. Young Pope thinks he's got this one, got him knocked up, drops to about 50 HP, and then flashes, misses the Q somehow.
Oh my lord.
But he gets his last stacks of the passive off just So that has got to feel bad up in the top lane there for Young Pope.
That's unreal.
Another game
Very
mid
well
lane.
played. But Jarvan, yes, back in the mid lane. Silas going in as well too. Set trying to pull them back and forced to flash to safety. So
Held
now
the flash from
without the
last time, so
flash.
he does get away from this one. But the minion wave is in a terrible spot for Ivan. It is pushing to the enemy tower. Fugs will probably try to set up a freeze here to deny him more, as he's very low on health. Yeah, Set can't really do anything. He's just got to stand back and wait. He's a little far up. Jarvan could look again here. It looks like he might be pathing toward the mid lane.
Yeah, he's coming through here, but Kane is also on his chickens, ready to
Might
go.
have been spotted by Kane there.
Oh, he's back again.
And I
He's
think-
back
I think
again.
He's just dead.
Guess who's back? Jarvan's here, taking a
flash
turret
support, nice.
shot, but that's a nice little play there out of Silas. Pops his flash, comes in, and cleans up that kill there. So Set going down again, really unfortunate, and still no flash for another 4 minutes. Back in top, Base God.
Oh, it's not going to
Getting
happen again,
respected
is it?
here. I don't know, he's got the mini aggro there. He
Oh,
might
no.
actually get it. Young Pope, force to
Oh,
run
no.
away, flashes the
Good
pull.
flash.
But the minion aggros are still on. One more spin will do it. Base God! An absolute god! That was another sick 1v1 by him. Getting
Really
out by the
unfortunate
chairs
for
on
Young
this.
Pope in the top lane there.
Yeah, super well played.
I really hope he goes for the best and the tabbies early on here. And at this point, he needs to stop taking trades. He's falling very behind. Both solo lanes for the Outlaws are extremely ahead right now.
Oh, but it's mid lane where we're having some trading go back and forth. And Kane is here to try and help out. Ivan is going to back on off of the Silas. Still spotted
Yeah,
in
and
the
you
bush.
could-
There's a board there.
And you can just see this Kane cannot gank nearly as well as the Jarvan can in the. That 2v2 is looking very strong for the Outlaws. 2v2 in the mid lane there.
Yeah, so an unsuccessful gank there. That's going to cost some time and some money as well too. But
Yeah, and we've
Bugs-
got CS leads in all lanes, pretty much for the Outlaws. Pretty large leads in mid and top, and pretty even in the bot lane. The Cyclone doing a good job.
Oh wow, mid
keeping
is
it
mid is
there.
relatively significant there too. The Silas is sitting on 1100 gold there for his next back. Plus he's got a stack
you-
on his dang skill, which is.
And you can see both solo laners are up about gold respectively.
But with that mid prio off of Silas there, they've started up the first drag kind of swing.
Yeah, they are really starting to propel themselves to a big lead in the early game. Already 2,000 ahead at 6 minutes, which
Wow.
is huge. Picking up this Drake as well. Next Drake looks like it's going to be Ocean, so we are going to have a Mountain or Cloud Soul. Arguably the two least impactful souls. So the game won't be totally centered around the dragons, but the Cloud Soul will feel nice on the Darius for sure. On the side of the Outlaws.
Yeah, having that extra little bit of king for him will definitely be nice to keep him alive in those long-term fights. And oh my god. Hold up. In mid lane now. Yeah, we had a
Trade
dive.
Kills in the mid lane.
We had a dive coming through, so let's watch this back here. As Set is going on the Silas with a nice little bit. Oh, he so stoppers him back into his own turret. He does get taken out, but gets the 1v1. And look at these two dying side by side. Truly incredible.
They might be feeling kind of lonely tonight. It looks like they just really want to hold each other.
Oh, but bot lane is getting ganked as well too. Kane is down here looking for Ezio as the flash Q comes from Leona, and they'll find that kill with the help of that ignite. But Hardcloth gets some poke back.
And Ezio just had his flash up in about 10 seconds, so they just narrowly punished that. Good job keeping track of that window to punish the Braum with the missing flash. But the Spartans do punch back. They do get that kill in the mid lane traded over.
Uh-oh, top
And they
lane,
get a
we've
kill
got
bot lane as well.
another skirmish going through here. Base God doing a decent amount here to Young Pope. And
Yeah,
the
and
bleed
Ornn
to
is just
Witch
feeling
here.
so bad in the matchup.
Keep an eye
The
on this
Merc
mid.
Treads rush is quite interesting.
Hey, he's ahead 2 kills. Why wouldn't he just build something better for himself? But here's Jarvan with the Cataclysm and Set trying to get that shield up. Don't know if he's going to be able to trade it. Kane is trying to come through, but not in time. As they pick up that set once more. 1 and 4 here, so definitely not feeling good at 8 minutes dying 4 times.
Yeah, and Ivan on the set here just playing quite disrespectfully, to be honest. Not respecting the pressure that the Jarvan can output. Maybe he was used to winning those matches in
Ooh.
the first few games.
And Ornn getting caught out too, dying to the last few hits from those caster minions. Puts that Silas up a little bit more too. More on his Dark Seal, more gold in his pocket, and you can see there.
And the solo lanes on the Outlaws are just getting so ahead here. Well, doesn't even care.
He
He's
does
just gonna
not,
push the turret.
does not care one bit. He's pushing. He's taking some damage, but it doesn't really mean much to him when you can just heal it right back.
And as I was mentioning earlier, the Merc Treads on the Darius, I understand for the CC aspect. However, there is no AP damage on the opposite team whatsoever. So I don't know about, especially rushing it into an Ornn Kayn.
It's different.
Maybe,
but maybe
maybe for late game, I would kind of see it, but I really don't know about. But
we'll see how it plays out. He's still decently ahead.
he is,
Some
yeah,
damage,
it
but
it
mid
honestly doesn't
lane
matter too
still.
much.
Silas is now jumped on the showstopper. Is there? Leona's ulti now stolen up by the Silas. He makes his way back to safety. So
Yeah,
Nether,
if you could-
unfortunate, failed to roam here.
Indeed. Ivan maybe used the ult a little bit too early. He also picked up the Silas and pushed him out of range of the Leona. Bit of a mitigation on that one. But yeah, these solo lanes continue to get more and more ahead for 3,000 gold. The lead has come to now.
And that's really significant here. Only 10 minutes in this game. Do have another dragon in a minute and a half, so we'll see. The Outlaws just want to go ahead and chunk that because they pretty much have prio on every single lane. Jarvan just waiting down here too, not even worried about going to farm. He's already ahead of this game.
Indeed. And the way the Spartans can get back into this game, it's playing around the bot side of
Uh-oh. So take a look at top. And bot, we might have a couple things break out here, but in top,
them. Looks like
Ivan-
they're going for the 2v. Ivan
waiting
waiting
a while,
little
yeah, a
long
little
there.
while there. The Ornn ulti is
Ornn
here,
getting really
and he
low.
doesn't get to pop it because that's a Darius who's going to pull him into the CC, but the flash comes through from Base God. Not going to hit by that set CC, and he just goes ahead and dunks on this Ornn. Going to dunk on Ivan Swag too, but protected by his shield. Just barely makes it out of that, and with that Ignite, I think Base God will meet his demise. We're close. Oh no, Jarvan over the wall with the Cataclysm onto the set. And he picks off a kill for himself, and now it's junglers trading back and forth. Let's see who's able to get the bigger damage. But I
I
think
don't know if Kayn wins this without his ulti.
Jarvan has a level on him too. And I think that's going to be enough to do it as Jarvan comes in there, cleans the rest of that one up. What a bloodbath.
Absolute disaster for the Spartans in this early game here. They really do have to play around that bot side of the map and try to get the misfortune ahead because it's pretty doomed for the mid and top side of the map for the Spartans.
Yeah, and even though the Darius did go down there, he's coming back with a phage now. He's got a Kindle Gem, so we're going to see that Black Fever come through really, really soon. And he already does this much damage. He almost 1v3'd that fight.
Now, do you think if he built Phage earlier, maybe Ninja Tabbies, he could have won this? The 1v2.
Extra movement speed, extra damage,
I
could
don't
have done it.
know.
But right now, it's Leona fighting with the Silas, locking him down long enough in this jungle to try and get her teammates to catch up. But no, it's the rest of the Outlaws who are here to respond. Jarvan is here as well too. Brahma on the back with that ult,
Oh, nice
knocking
knock.
up that Kayn, keeping him locked down for a little bit more. The passive's there. One more auto will lock him down, but Set trying to find something through the Plague and Drag goes through the members of the Spartans, and Hearthgloss is here to offer up that last little extra bit of damage and clean that up.
And this is a complete opposite from the first two games. Both early games were very close, but the Outlaws are just running away with this game.
Guys, I think we got a series on our hands. Oh, damn.
It's gonna be very difficult for the Spartans to get back ahead in this game as they are full AD, and they will continue to stack that armor.
So, oh, really nice play here by the Outlaws. They've pulled the Dragon out, knowing that that Misfortune is back there, and even Decyclone popping his bullet time. So they had a
bit
sneaking
of
suspicion
mistiming
that
there.
Decyclone was sitting in that back try, so they halt for a sec, pull the Dragon out, and then finish
Is
it
that
off.
a Magi's onto the Silas there? Is that what I see?
Yep.
It is.
Yep,
Wow,
it is
he
13 minutes.
feeling
You got it.
confident this game.
Oh,
He is massive. Wow.
that is, yeah.
And he may have taken our advice and actually completed some items this game. So
Yeah,
you
looking,
can see the players
looking a lot
adapting
stronger.
through this series.
Already 6-1. this game. We're only
He is huge.
We're gonna have plating going
especially-
down soon. Maybe a potential Herald here. Jarvan rotating through. Might see
And
that.
especially with the Ashe to help set up the engage from the Jarvan and Ellis will be very dangerous, very hard for Spartans to play League of Legends for the rest of the season. It's gonna be
He's gonna
be
make
very
he's gonna
difficult
make
for
his
them.
life really difficult.
Yeah, Set sitting on just a. You see the item difference in the mid lane. Set sitting on just a Tiamat.
Oh,
and
but
a-
the dive is starting
There's
bottom.
the
We're
dive's coming in.
seeing the Spartans trying to make something happen. As Kane's gonna go in with the help of Leona. Does find that kill. So nice little play here by the Spartans. Just kind of coming out of nowhere to pick off the spot lane.
Yeah, they do get one. Braum maybe stayed a little too long there. Harsh Cloth does get out of the way, so that is a positive.
But first turret going over to the Outlaws here. So Silas is able to push that in. Essentially gets all those plates, but that down bottom, that's going to be the Ashe locked up and taken out. Trade going on as the Cyclone. So a little kill, a little bit of more gold there for the Spartans ADC.
Yeah, that really good trade for the Spartans actually. When you're this far behind, you
Oh no. Jarvan waiting in the bush with the Cataclysm. Ornn can't make it out, and he's picked off by the Darius. 3 members here, and now pushing another turret.
they're gonna get the successful kill and the turret there. It looked like a decent trade for the Spartans. An even trade is a positive when you are this far behind, but then they do get that extra kill and power. So advantage on the play overall does go to the Outlaws again, and they are almost 6,000 gold up at this point in the game. So
15 minutes. Oh, wait a minute. We have a little little drive by here. Seems Base God has run into Edon in the middle of this lane, and Set trying to find something, but
gonna walk
nope.
it off.
Oh
as it
no,
goes. They're going back in.
this is not where you want to be. But Silas just turns a showstopper around on him. The bullet time is there, but able to dash on out. Funksy playing that really, really well.
Yeah, and with all the mobility on this team, they can afford to make some mistakes like that, and get away with it.
Can we just highlight that both these players ran past each other in the river brush, and then Silas, fully seeing that the other member that King was there, just walks in, and still with the ults burn, he is able to make it out of that.
And Spartans do get a mid lane tower here, evening up the.
Wow. Oh, a Braum ulti is through, and that's gonna be the misfortune with the slow on the back. But Ivan able to pick up the Braum here as well too. A big Ornn ult here to knock up the Kane, and that is gonna be the. Oh, the Kane actually back into this, but the big Cataclysm here to lock the members down. Set is gonna find some damage too, and Outlaws. Oh my God, we have another pentakill! Holy shit!
That is a 25 stack Magi Silas at the 16.5-minute mark. Honest,
Scary stuff.
Funks is the one with the credit. Oh yeah, Funks is the one with the credit on the pentakill there. But you see this Jarvan ulti that's gonna come out in just a minute. That is insane. Gets all the Silas AoE auto attack off on multiple members.
Oh my.
2 pentakills.
Two pentakills this series. Unreal. Unreal. Love it. I love it. This is what I live for.
Great play from Funks and D Blake to punish the overstay.
Oh, but they found
Braum a
Braum
little too far
again.
up.
Ezio, unfortunately here, actually uses his flash to get over the wall, but Leona is going to try and chase after him. As
They're
Edon is
desperate.
here as well too. Spartan's gonna pick
They
off
need something.
that support one more time. Yeah, just looking for gold at this point, trying to get back in.
Indeed. And still almost 7,000 is the gold difference.
Oh, Darius actually found out, caught by the Leona ult, and the knockup from the Kane is going to be enough to take him down, but that is the Cataclysm down, and Set punching his way through it,
Ooh.
takes out the Jarvan, takes out the Ashe, and Spartans come out on top of that one.
Good team fight for the Spartans there. The Outlaws really had no business being there. They didn't have their key ultimates, and they were a little bit low on health. Looks like Young Pup is going to finish off this top lane tower here. Oh, looks like Silas is responding.
Potentially. You got a Silas who just got a pentakill coming up to this lane. And
Does he
with
die
the
for
stolen
it?
Ornn ult, he might just go
Oh,
for it.
he
Look at
should.
the damage coming out of him
Is
with
that
an
a
Ornn
tank?
ult just for the fun He
and just
rips
slaughters
through.
him.
He's just shredded through the Ornn.
He's got a Zanya's, a Proto Belt, and a fully stacked Medjai's at 18 minutes here. So that is a one-fed Silas.
Unbelievable. 12-1-2. He's 12-1-2. He's so fed.
Extremely fed. He's not farming minions. He's champion.
No, Dragon actually picked up here by the Spartans. The Ashe ult is going to catch down onto the Misfortune in the back. Braum ulti is there to follow up to try to get more slow, and Base God is trying to find the set. Is now pulling him back, trying to get the CC, and that is Portoga taking out one. Outlaws are starting to fall as Ezio will drop next, and now it's Ashe on the back trying to get out of this. Harshcloth knocked up by the Kane Scythe and locked down with the Leona Q, even with the flash. Edon's going to find another one here. And now Funksy and D-Blake on the back of this. It's going to be a 2v5 if they want to try and go for it, but I don't think they will.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Ooh.
And they do, and it does look like the Outlaws keep getting ahead. However, it's only 4,000 now, and they have come back in kills a little bit. But I feel like any fair team fight with that Silas and the Jarvan combo is just going to be detrimental to the Spartans.
At this point, I'm looking at this game, and Silas is going to need to do another one of his flashy plays if Outlaws want to stay on this, because I think the Spartans are starting to mount a comeback here. Because they're seeing that power that they're getting. They're starting to win these little skirmishes. And with that, they're able to start pushing even more objectives. And we see the vision from the Spartans starting to creep up a little bit further than what it was before.
Yeah, they are getting back some of the map. They are controlling the map better than they were before. Feeling a little bit more confident.
Yeah, and Baron is up, so we'll see if anybody's willing for that yet. But I think just vision is gonna be the main priority around this section.
Indeed, once that Misfortune finishes that.
Oh, but it's in mid. Ashe has been caught out. Oh, so a huge loss of damage here for the Outlaws. They still have Silas, but it's now a 4v5 with the Baron right here, ready to go. Leona ulti is on the back line. Ezio killer jumping back out to safety.
And that Ashe was way, way, way too far forward.
What was she doing up there?
She did not have her flash and was nowhere near her team. A little bit questionable on that one.
Unfortunate. Really unfortunate there, because now the Outlaws are going to have to play a little bit more defensively. And if they find another pick here, not going to be good for the Outlaws.
Yes, they do. It looks like the Spartans are... Oh, wow.
Oh, they're still going for it. It's going to be a 2v3. They're just going to collapse onto them. Braum is seeing a better day, but that is Leona getting onto the back line. The Ashe arrows here locks down the Ornn, but now we see the bullet time coming through, and that's massive as the Braum ulti there trying to help out, trying to knock back these people and slow them down, but it's a trade. Blow for blow is back and forth. Silas is in this fight now, and Harshcloth just pumping out that damage. Will Funksy be able to stay? No! That is the Silas going down. Harshcloth is now on the run. D-Blake is on the run as well too, and Spartans are turning this fight around. Baron is up, and only 2 members of the Outlaws. I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this.
And the gold is almost even now. They've really clawed their way back in this game. They may just play it safe and not take the Baron on this. They're kind of low, and Jarvan does have Smite available. They really need to start playing around their Silas. These fights are starting. There's too many members being caught out. They're face checking too many brushes, and they're dying before the Silas can even get to the fight. Yeah. So they do have to play around the Silas more carefully in this one.
So really unfortunate there for Silas dying too. That is 10 stacks of his Medjay is just gone.
Indeed. He does pick up the Oblivion Orb. I'm going to be very disappointed if he finishes that to a Morelos. Very disappointed.
Yeah, Spartans starting to pick up some kills here. Starting to get close to that tied goal. The turrets are tied. And with another Drake coming up in a minute, we'll see if they can tie that up as well too. But Baron is also on the map, so we got to watch out for a fight around there.
Indeed.
See 4 members of the Outlaws just all surrounding this Baron. They do not want to play over.
And if they spot Edon on the bot side of the map,
they might have a collapse on the Funks. This is not going to be good. The Ornn ulti is coming out, but the rest of the members of the Outlaws are here. But that's a bullet time coming through. Blocked by the Braum shield. Will it be enough? That's Edon in with his ult. The damage coming through from the Scythe and the Misfortune. That's 4 members dropping from the Outlaws. Triple kill for D-Cyclone, and should be this Baron Over
And that
to
is
the
gonna be the
Spartans.
Baron. Again, they were too far forward without their whole team there. They can't decide whether they want to go push or if they want a team fight.
We got a fight
That was-
bot. Base God v Ivan. 1v1 in the bot lane. Can Base do it? No. Ivan too
Looks-
damn strong right now.
Looks like the Darius canceled a few auto attacks there.
Oh,
Maybe
Young Pope.
He's gonna turn that fight.
So damn low there.
And he is gonna survive to the Baron. The Baron will not take him up. Doesn't have the TP although, but this one should be going up less.
Yeah, and all 5 members of the Spartans with the Baron. They're up 1 kill now. They've passed. They've taken the gold lead now as well too. At 24 minutes, massive swing here by the Spartans.
And the goal lead is only going to get larger from this point out unless the Outlaws find a way to come back.
Oh, an absolutely massive fight there. Outlaws are looking good. Or sorry, well, the Outlaws were looking good. It's the Spartans who have turned things around.
Indeed, it is going to be a Cloud Soul this game. So there, even if the Outlaws were to get a help too, it's nothing like an Oceaner and turn the tides of the game in this one.
You're kind of cutting out a little bit.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Oh, good. Yeah, let's see what these teams want to do. They're super close, and that's what you said earlier. We're just gonna see these all-in kind of fights, because
Indeed.
all of them are I mean, the majority of them are melee here,
And this game could get tough because they don't really have any options. Obviously, the set can outduel the Darius at this point in the game, as we just saw. So Darius can be very easily matched. So they're just gonna have to rely on their team fighting. But it's been ever since that pentakill on the silos, it's been quite downhill for the Outlaws since that.
yep, was
We'll have to see.
12 and 1 when he got that penta, and that is now 12 and 3. So
Indeed.
nothing much.
We really need to see Braum start saving his E for the misfortune ultis. That is what is turning these team fights.
He did have
Braum
a
does
nice
have
one
the
in the last
ability.
fight, but Set and Kane just got into that back line, and they just
Indeed.
blew the Outlaws out. Might see another fight potentially breaking out here soon. I wouldn't doubt it, as the teams have just been going back and forth all game.
Very confident.
With the Baron, yeah, they're just shoving this in. As Spartans wearing this purple, Jarvan might look for a flank here, but they're just spotted out by this ward. They're seen immediately, and with the Set dealing with 2 on that back, they're gonna bring 1 back. As Harshcloth is drawn back into this fight, the Misfortune ulti is there to melt him down, and Darius having a separate fight on the side with the Kane. Don't know how much is going to come of that, but that's the Spartans just out damaging the Outlaws. And with the exception of Harshcloth escaping with a little sliver of health there, they're going to win this fight. This just might be game here.
Could be the game. Could be the series.
It's the game. It's the series. This just might be it for the Outlaws. They make it into playoffs just barely. Oh, that will be the ace, and I think
And that
this
is going to be
do
the
it.
series for the Spartans. 3-0. Comeback victory in the end.
So a clean sweep here.
Congratulations to the Spartans moving on to the semifinals.
So, incredible game there by the Spartans to turn that around, and they come out and finish it in 3 straight games. Damn.
Yeah, really. I really thought the Outlaws, with their team comp and the lack of AP damage on the other side, but yeah, apparently pentakills are bad luck. Great try by the Outlaws. I really thought they had it there, but unfortunately not.
No, and
That Set. Wow, look at the Set damage.
yeah, he came through massively, and even though he got
Balanced.
he got jumped on a lot in the early game, but
He really
after
did.
that,
They really
he
punished.
scaled.
They really punished the bad matchup early, but they were able to turn it around.
Yeah, unreal and super well played there by the Spartans in that last game to turn things around. But that will conclude this series. So Spartans are going to be going on to the next set of the bracket, and we don't know quite yet until our other series is finished which team the Lions want to pick.
Indeed, I'll have to review the other game there.
Well, what if we take a quick break and then we might come back with an interview from one of the members of the Spartans here. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back in a second. All right, guys, welcome back. We are just about to get the jungler from the Spartans on the line here. So we'll hear from him and hear some of the thoughts that were going through his mind.
And I believe their support Protego will be joining us as well.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I know a couple of big plays. And looking back at Protoga's game that the time, 5-2 and 17. So contributing to a large amount of these kills here. And what one
Looks
score
like they
I like.
both joined us here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome
up?
and
Hello as well.
congratulations, guys, on taking the win here. Heading over to the semifinals. How are you guys feeling about that?
Pretty good. Drafts and honestly, gameplay went pretty much exactly how we wanted it to from the get-go.
And yeah, you guys, came out with a couple strong games, and then that last one was a little shaky at the start. What were you guys thinking?
Yo, I just
of
want to say,
how you
better
turned out?
jungle wins.
Ooh.
Hey, no, deadass. We were told we had to make things interesting, so we gave them a bit of a lead in the third game. We wanted to see if they could actually win a game, and they could not.
Yo, wait, can you guys read the chat in the game?
No.
In the game?
No, we have
Okay,
that turned, we
so-
have that turned off
okay,
for obvious reasons.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. So, that that play where I kind of inted Jarvan, right?
Yeah.
Where like I died solo for no
Yeah,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah, so
In top
I got red form there, so I was like, all right, whatever, it's fine. And then Deep like has the audacity to type in all chat like, oh, you're so bad or some shit, and I was like, what? And then it was like, what the heck? So after that, it was just like, yo, I had like a vendetta against him.
Was that
I see,
which
I
game was that
see.
in again?
The last game.
The last game.
Game 3. And
So-
did that give you the motivation to bring the game back?
No, I mean, to be fair, I was like playing with my left hand, so like I don't know. So
Just the
I was like,
left
you know
hand.
what? I was like, all right, you know what, boys? I'll turn on my monitor and we'll actually play. So it's soft.
Perfect. And you
Well,
did
they
get a
paid-
pentakill, and I believe in the second game there.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh! Yeah,
That must have
I
been
was
an
I was
absolute
threading the
feeling.
needle. Oh, gee.
That was a close one.
What
Yeah,
was
that
what
was
was
big shot,
going
not gonna lie.
going on in chat there when the pentakill came out?
Oh, nobody said anything.
Just silence. Just pure silence.
Yeah,
You guys,
we-
you guys
we
were.
expected it. We said
yo, not
about
gonna lie,
time.
when Silas got the pentakill too, we're like, okay.
Yeah, no, he got the pentakill. You were like, yeah,
Cool.
whatever.
Yeah, and it seems like when Silas got the pentakill is when the game
When he fell
kinda
off.
when
You know?
yeah.
Yeah, what happened there? You guys got pented
Okay,
and we're just
so
like, no,
So
we're gonna
million
turn
percent,
things
it was
on.
more like a mental yell from the team. Andy and I just like took a minute, yelled like at the top of our lungs, and just immediately we're like, all right, this is what we're doing. Nobody do anything else besides what we're calling.
yeah,
And we went from kind of being scattered around the map to really,
Yeah.
rounding around Andy looking for picks in the jungle and Vision
Yeah.
around the map. Really
I
got
don't want to
help
leak
once everyone
too
started
much,
following.
but like if you looked at the game overall, we basically made it so like every fight we took, we always had like a number advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like if you notice, a lot of times, Silas was either
Absolutely.
catching a wave or he was all or getting a blue buff or something. So with this knowledge, we obviously run to force, right? The simple fact we have Leona, Kane, set, so we can pull the
Mhm.
trigger anytime, and yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like after Silas got that pentakill, they played the Ash got caught out of position times as well as the Braum there.
Yeah, I
There
think
was
honestly, Harshcloth was playing on autopilot, and like just as honestly as that, like that's as nicely and as honestly as you can put it. He was playing on autopilot. He was like out of position so many times in areas where like he's not the one who's fed. He shouldn't be the one that's halfway up the lane trying to cause pressure by himself. Like that's what you do
yeah.
for Silas.
I'm gonna have to agree. There was a moment, I believe it was like right when you guys were about to start winning fights. He was basically he was very close to the to your guys where your guys' turret was by himself with no flash, and his teammates were at least a good 15 seconds away from him. So that one was a head scratcher for sure.
Hmm.
Is the nicest way I'll put it.
Fair enough.
All
But
right.
yeah, overall the game
But,
went pretty smooth.
So
yeah, anything you guys want to say to any of the fans out there? I'll start with you, Edon.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to your mom. Okay, Pratoga.
Shout out to Funks' mom. What up, baby girl?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Going for the full disrespect, really
Okay, yo, not my boy
sending a
Funks.
message
Not
out
my boy
there.
Funks.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Yo.
Well, you guys are ahead now into semifinals, and any concerns with who you're going to be facing off? Because with this little change up in the
I
playoffs,
mean,
where teams are choosing, you guys have
Honestly,
a preference?
not really. If we're playing the Lions, it just means we're gonna have to put in a little bit more work when it comes to draft and shit like that, stuff like that. If we're playing the Dragons, we already know what we need to do against them to possibly 3-0 a game as well. So, not really worried with either or. Just looking forward to who we're playing.
Awesome.
true.
Awesome. I'm liking the confidence from you guys, and it really
Of
showed
course.
on the Rift today. You guys went balls to the wall and did not let up for 1 second. And
Yo,
there
thank you
you
for
are.
casting our games. Appreciate it.
Yeah, a
Of
million
course.
percent.
Thank you
course.
for
How'd it
Nick
feel
Penny
getting to
series,
watch this
gentlemen.
riveting series?
It honestly, you guys are
It
always
was
you guys are
fantastic.
always
Yo, not
crazy.
gonna, yo, this year's pretty lit though, eh? Let's go.
It was lots of fighting, never a dull moment. Someone was either fighting or inting in all three games from someone. So
Fair
Yo,
enough.
actually, yo.
I had
We'd
fun.
be in one lane,
I'm telling you,
Cassim
bro.
going the play by play, and then
It's
you guys would be doing something on the other side of the map.
yeah, it's the Kevin difference.
It's true. Better top wins.
Yeah. I only had to criticize builds a few times, so less than I thought. So
Fair enough.
But
you guys built correctly for the most part,
Yo,
except for
I
Kevin
better
in
give
game
another quick
3.
shout out though. Shout out to Cassadike. He's been cheering me on since day one.
this man's getting all the shoutouts tonight.
He is
There he is in chat. Yes.
a beloved friend of the LA.
Oh,
Oh.
and Kevin. I guess he didn't end that hard.
Yeah, and I
He
guess
went like
Kevin.
1-8. Yeah, he went 1-8. Never mind.
No, okay,
Vacillating
like a million
phase,
percent. I will say, like, we kept a really strong mental all three games. So the first two games was definitely like a
Yo,
high horse. Like we felt like we were the best like in the game at the moment and shit like that. And game three came up, and it was more or less like you could kind of hear it at first where we started to get down, and then it was right after the pentakill. We all just kind of like clicked, and we were like, all right, this is what we need to do. We're still the fucking best. Let's win this game. Sorry, I forgot I'm not supposed to cuss.
I
But
concur with that statement.
one F word a stream's got to be okay, right?
We're basically PG-13, so it's all good.
Yeah, this is literally going on like Disney Plus, so relax.
Oh, this is Hulu, huh?
Well, guys, thank you again for joining us, and thanks for the incredible games. I look
Yeah.
forward to casting you guys. I'm not too sure which one I'm casting next week, but I'm looking forward to casting you guys in the future. And good luck on the rest of your playoffs.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
thank you. Thanks
Thank you
for
for
always
joining
being
us,
around.
gentlemen.
Take it easy, guys.
Also, everyone, go watch Wolves versus Grizzlies.
Facts. LAS 2, boys.
Yep,
LAS
we
2
will
boys.
get them actually
LAS
hosted on our stream right
Yeah.
after we are done here. So we'll
Okay.
go
We'll see you
and
guys around.
we'll do a little raid on their channel there.
Hey.
Awesome.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Anytime. Well, with that, we are going to conclude it here at LAS Esports. But you can go and head on over to LAS_esports too. We're gonna raid them as a channel too, and go give them some love as well too. But yeah, Spartans moving to the semifinals after a very commanding 3-game sweep. But I think that's it from us. Any last comments there, Vapus?
No, it was a great series. Fun to cast. Thank you for having me, Wedgel. And
course.
we have another exciting series to
Yes, we do. And best of luck in your playoffs next week as well.
Thank you, sir. We'll have to I'll have to analyze the other series. Pick.
There you go. You got some time to break down these team comps.
Indeed.
So definitely good for you. Awesome. Well, take care. And chat, thank you again for joining us here tonight and supporting the stream. Always appreciate you guys hanging out, and I hope you guys had an awesome time tonight. We're going to go flip it on over to our other channel right now, but if you haven't already, make sure to hit our follow button here to keep up to date with any of our upcoming events, and also head on over to LAS_esports at Instagram, and we'll keep you posted with all those awesome stats.
Make sure to subscribe with your Twitch Prime subs.
That too.
Or you can give us money. That's
that too. Whatever you're feeling.
give us money.
That's it from us here. Have a great night, guys, and we will catch you next week, same time, 7 p.m. EST for our semifinals.